Did my one spell get added? Hang on. So it look like it.
Okay. Who wants to start us off with a recap?
I will.
Windsar died. That's at the end.
We started last session having just arrived in Voga, coming into the port. We unloaded our shit, went about finding a map to figure out where anything in the city is. Got to an inn to deal with, just finding a place to stay, where we were sidetracked by a note that was left on the desk or table or whatever in the room that was suspicious as hell. So through some shenanigans and Amaranth using detect magic, we found a hidden passageway in the kitchen that led into a cove underneath the inn, where members from the cult were performing a ritual of some kind. More shenanigans ensued, in which Petra scared the shit out of some kitchen workers, and so we all were able to get down there. A battle ensued. We killed a bunch of people, but in the process, Windsar got fingered to death. And we found, in Elvish on the shrine there, after the fact, the song of the Lichizocus, that is their phylactery. A whole bunch of rage later, a chopped up body, and repeatedly exploded shrine bits. We go to where the note had told us to go, which was the theater or whatever, after dark, to find Black Dragonborn there. Puddle of glossy shenanigans like was left by the other liches. Black Dragonborn does magic shenanigans with the Zeronian glyph, breaks a chunk off, eats it. Strange shit happens, she fucks off. We proceed to go back and deal with affairs to get Windsar, put to rest. And that's kind of where we left off.
Yep. Pretty much sums it up. So, you guys have literally just finished this funeral. Because we are missing 2 people this week, we will say that after the funeral, they simply returned to the inn to kind of deal with the loss in their own way, leaving just the 3 of you to decide what you're going to do, whether you're going to head back, whether you're going to stay in town, etc.
Amaranth is off contemplating whose horse she's gonna kill now.
Checks out. Yep. So, you guys are just at the end of this funeral. What would you like to do? Alright, creative energy. I like it.
We just, finished burying the body and everything, right? And we
Yep.
were back at the, cathedral?
Yep.
Or...
Well, you haven't left it, so yes.
Right. Well, I assumed we exited the cathedral to a graveyard area, and then...
Yeah, but it's on the same property.
Petra's gonna find somewhere to sit.
Just gonna go sit down, relax, eat some chili dogs.
Yeah, I have 2 bites left.
That somewhere is probably going to be on a pillar, 3/4 of the way up, just sitting sideways on the wall because she can.
That sounds like her, yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure if that's possible. Like, I know she can climb walls,
She
but I
can
don't know
climb, but I don't think she can, like, sleep or anything on the side of things.
I mean, in theory, she could sleep hanging upside down like a bat. She's technically still, walking on the wall. She's just, whatever.
Mythic, you look like you hate that idea.
No, I have a dye, so it's making my eye mess with me today. That's why if you look, this eye's closed slightly more than this one. But that, it's not D&D stuff. Today is D&D. Alright, so Petra is hanging out on a pillar, apparently. What
Yes.
is new
Sounds like a
going
Petra
to be
thing to
doing?
do. Assuming there's still some kind of something going on in the cathedral, chill for a minute. Probably find like an empty pew to sit in or something, just to kind of soak it in for a minute that they've lost Windsar now, and it's because it's kind of extra real once you put them into the ground.
Yeah.
Like before
That's
then,
true.
there's always the option of resurrection or something. I suppose there's still the option of resurrection, but that's kind of the point of letting go, is putting them to rest. So she's gonna probably chill, maybe take out one of her books and notepad or something and start vigorously kind of running through the whole situation in her head, trying to figure out if anything could have been done different.
Sounds reasonable. And then obviously, Brolin, you're not part of the group at the moment, so what would Brolin be doing?
Attending parishioners, cleaning up after the funeral, making sure the gravediggers finish, blah blah. Paying the gravedigger.
So just doing your good work.
Yep.
All right. So we'll say that you guys spend a couple hours doing these various things, and afterwards, you've spent quite a bit of time going over things. Petra, you've been sitting on your pillar sideways for hours now, and Brolin's finished up his tasks. With that being said, what do you guys plan to do?
Once New's content with having soaked everything in for a minute, she'll get up, probably try and find Petra to make sure if she's left or not. I'm assuming that with Amaranth and Calgon, we're aware that they've already left to go, whatever, so
Yeah.
that leaves just Petra and Niu there, so Niu will look for Petra, because last thing we need is to lose another person, even if it is only temporarily, because they like to wander off.
Alright, is Petra still on the pillar?
Yep.
So in that case, Mew has no trouble finding Petra. Petra's still just sitting up there, sideways like a weirdo.
Well, there's a statue on the top. She can't sit on the top.
She could sit on top of the statue.
Not if it's pointy.
Right, I mean,
See, I was just imagining like a support pillar that was and just went all the way up to the roof.
That too. She can't sit on top of that.
Sure, she could. Just go outside and sit on the roof. There you go.
Yeah, sideways is more fun.
You will call up to Petra and be like, What in the hells are you doing up there? I assume she's like, I don't know, probably 40 plus feet in the air.
Yeah, she's just
How big
gonna.
the cathedral is.
She'll just look at you, not say anything, and slowly climb down.
I imagine slowly climbing down is still creepy. It's probably creepier. Just
She's
Petra
not climbing-
inching down this pillar towards you.
She's not climbing down like a squirrel. She's climbing down like a person would.
Okay. Well, that's a little less creepy.
Why? Wait. Does her wall climbing shenanigans say that she can do it without using her hands?
It says that she can do it without any checks.
Because I know some of the things say that you can just basically walk on the heckin' wall without using your hands.
Well, regardless, she can climb on ceilings, so...
So you guys eventually do leave the cathedral. Do you head back to the inn? What do you do?
Petra's gonna find somewhere to cook. She's not gonna eat, but she's gonna find somewhere to cook.
Okay.
Don't get yourself lost.
She can't cook at the tavern.
New's gonna pass Petra back the spy's murmur before she wanders off because plans.
Okay. Good
So I
idea.
have to send this back to Dread.
Petra. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. Okay.
I was like, wait a minute, why is it scrolled up so? There we go. 13. Alright, so you approach a building that very clearly has the smell of food coming from it.
Mm-hmm.
However, as soon as the smell hits your nose, you become nauseous and you throw up in the middle of the street from the smell. The smell of
Fun.
the cooking and food has made you feel sick.
Petra will then turn around and walk back to the tavern. And sleep under a bed. 'Cause she is not feeling good.
Okay? And I need a survival check. You said you were heading back to the tavern as well?
She ain't seen
Nope.
shit.
I assume it's still relatively early in the day, or at least not late in the day.
It's afternoon.
I want to see if I can find some place that I might be able to acquire another spy's murmur.
Okay. I need a survival check from you too. Petra, you can't find the tavern. You're not sure why. You head in the direction that you know the shops are, and you find no shops.
Like they're just not there, or like the road just keeps going on or some shit, like I'm not reaching the destination.
You arrive at the place where you know that there should be shops, but the buildings that are currently there are not shops. Berlin, do you attempt at some point to go contact the party?
No, I give them a day to warn.
Sounds reasonable.
I want to.
Petra's gonna find a barrel. She's gonna lay in it.
She's just gonna pick a random barrel.
Yep.
Alright, so Petra curls up into a random barrel. Just like, fuck it, I'm sleeping here, I don't feel good. Okay.
Yeah, she uses her backpack and her bag of holding as a blanket and a pillow.
Okay. What were you saying, Neil?
I want to investigate the area, as if I know that shops are supposed to be here, but they're not here. Something seems off, and I want to see if I find anything of note.
What are you looking for?
Depending on what's around me, like, if it's just like, oh, they're empty buildings or they're houses or I don't know what, but any signs of probably like magic as well as just anybody acting suspiciously or like off in the dark corners of the area or something.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. 20.
30-20.
You don't notice anything.
Yeah, this
I
just
wanna
becomes a labyrinth.
I want to find the nearest place that I can confirm nobody has eyes on me.
Okay. That would be pretty simple. You're in a town, there's lots of little alleys and nooks and crannies to duck into. So you're pretty easily able to, with your passive perception, find just a corner to duck around where nobody can see you.
Gonna activate my cloak of many fashions and have it change to like a long cloak that covers my entire body and with hood and everything. That looks, completely different from the black of the cloak that she was wearing for the funeral. But nothing crazy in terms of like frill or anything. I wanted to just plain ass cloak, like brown or something, to blend in as much as possible. And then find her way out of the alley, not going the way that she came in.
Okay, so she's gonna go out a different direction?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is she
But
heading
make
anywhere in particular?
No, she's gonna make her way back around to the area where the shops were supposed to be.
Okay, so she's like gonna leave and go like in a big circle?
Kinda. And
Okay.
double check to see if she spots anything new, like if assuming somebody was following them and this was some kind of magic shenanigans, she's going to see if, assuming they lost her or he lost them, if anyone comes out and is being suspicious again.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Wow.
Shit.
You notice that everybody seems to be left-handed and is walking on the opposite side of the street from where you would expect them to be. Instead of everybody walking on the side of the street that you are, heading in the same direction, they seem to be traveling on the opposite direction. People traveling on the roads with various carts and wagons seem to have also switched sides.
Very suspicious.
Petra, being that you've been resting this time and away from the smell of food, you pretty quickly feel better. It seems the smell of food itself was what was making you ill.
Go ahead and do a short rest for that then.
Okay. Only takes 2 hours. Sitting in a barrel for 2 hours isn't that far-fetched for Petra.
I mean, she fucking slept in a barrel, so...
A bucket, yeah.
A bucket, not a barrel, my bad.
This is exactly why I fucking came here to this, where the shops were supposed to be, because now, if I was able to acquire another Spiceman, I could get a hold of Petra.
I mean, you could also just go and grab the one that Cal has. If you can find the place.
That's the issue. Is New's working under the assumption that there's some kind of weird magic going on or something. Because shops aren't where they're supposed to be, people on the wrong side of the road. I want to walk in, like, towards some of the, like, people that are walking along the road and whatnot, and see, like, how they react. Like, how to explain this? If they react to me being, like, in the way or something, like if I stand in front of them, or if they're, like, just kind of oblivious to my existence because whatever weird magic.
Okay. So you just kind of stand in the way of some people, and you get a lot of dirty looks, and a lot of people calling you an idiot and telling you to get out of the way.
Despite the fact that she's invisible?
I'm not invisible.
She's not invisible, she's wearing a cloak.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's wearing a cloak and just standing in the middle of the walkway, like, didn't you see me?
No, so she would have gotten in the way, but as soon as she determined, you know, they were moving around her and not, like, and acknowledging that she was there, like the dirty looks and whatnot, she would have moved on.
Yeah, they absolutely saw her and moved around. Petra,
Mm-hmm.
you still hanging out in your barrel?
Nope.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to look for the tavern again.
Okay.
I need to find a map of the town.
Give me a survival check.
Wasn't she the one that was holding the map to the town? Whatever.
9. You pretty quickly find your way back to the tavern.
Hold on a minute.
I need to find a map of the town.
What? Why do you look so confused?
Oh, no. I think I know what's going on. I think I've figured this out. Amaranth had the map, right?
Amaranth should have the map, yeah.
Alright. I'm going to try and stop somebody that looks like they're not going to be terribly bothered by me stopping them, and ask, if there's someplace nearby that I could get a map of the town.
They look at you very
Find the map of the
confused, and they speak in a language that makes absolutely no sense to you.
I want to take what they said and kind of flip it in my head and read it backwards.
Okay. Give me the hell kind of check would that be? It's give me.
Intelligence. Fucking intelligence.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide like what intelligence-based skill, if there even is one.
Maybe insight?
Yeah, insight. Well, just give me an
Investigation.
intelligence. Just give me a straight intelligence check.
Fuck.
A 6. You immediately are able to realize that they are speaking backwards in Giant.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the opposite end of town, where that is like where the shops would be if the map was flipped.
Okay. You are actually able to find the shops, though.
I know what's going on. Back to the inn.
Okay. So, how do you head to the inn then?
Same strategy. Go to where it would be if the map was flipped.
Okay. So, you head to the opposite location of where you would expect the tavern to normally be, and you find it there. Along with Petra, Cal, and Amaranth.
I'm going to check with each one of them, just ask them something simple like ask them to say their name. Just to
Okay.
gauge if they're talking forwards or backwards.
Okay.
Petra will look at New like she's an idiot and go, Petra.
You're
And-
normal. Got it.
Yeah, and
She ends up saying
Cal
J-
and
Jade
Amaranth both are
_
able to say
317.
their name.
Vertical bar.
Jade _ 317 vertical bar Petra.
Hey!
All right. A, Petra, don't give me that look. I'm not insane. B, have any of you noticed anything weird?
You sound insane.
I'm not. Are we in the inn or outside of it or what?
You're currently inside the inn.
I'm going to make them all follow me outside. Just be like, come outside. I will show you.
Okay.
And then
Petra, do
I'll
you
like
follow?
point.
Yep.
Okay.
Once we're outside, I'll point out how everyone's like on the opposite side of the road and everything. And then I'll go up to somebody and, you know, just say hello to them and like ask them about the weather or something innocuous, because they're not going to understand me anyways,
Okay.
to get them to, you know,
walking around looking
respond back.
insane.
I'm proving a point here, okay?
Mhm.
That you're insane?
No, everything's mirrored
Neared?
except for us. Yes, look. People on the wrong side of the road. They're talking backwards. Assuming she can get somebody to respond to her and say something, she will then, you know, take what they said, write it on a piece of paper, then write it backwards on the same piece of paper and show her. Be like, look, backwards. Mirrored.
Amaranth and Cal do not believe it. They're pretty sure those people are talking wrong.
Petra will again look at New like she's an idiot.
All right. Any of you three, what side of the road are people walking on?
That side? Why?
They would be
She'll point at-
walking on the left side. And both Cal and Amaran will point out that they're walking on the left side, as usual.
Left side being the wrong side.
From
The opposite side.
your perspective,
Okay. So, for some reason, y'all don't notice shit. Okay, y'all are being affected by whatever's causing this. Just to a lesser degree.
No,
because I can
Petra's
still
just an
understand
idiot.
it. Wait, does Petra recognize... Would Petra recognize that they're on the wrong side or not? I don't know. This depends.
She doesn't fucking care.
yeah, she doesn't pay enough attention to that.
Like, you expect Petra to be directional? Do you know how many times she's gotten lost in a city?
On that note, Petra,
Yeah.
your intelligence
Hmm?
is an 8.
Yeah?
You suddenly feel really smart. You're noticing things you otherwise wouldn't notice. People are actually walking on the wrong side of the road. And they are all seeming to use their left hand instead of their right, and speaking backwards. You even notice things that New hasn't noticed yet.
Oh.
Like, for example, that while New is talking, her lips are moving out of sync with the words coming out of her mouth.
Yeah, because I can totally see my lips.
You notice
Here's
this
the thing,
is
the word guides
happening
you a lot.
to quite a lot of people. Your entire party. New does not notice that any of your lips are moving out of sync.
Why are words coming out but your lips aren't moving to them? That's what Petra will say to you.
Excuse me? What?
Like, you're talking words, but it seems like your mouth is moving after those words have been talked.
You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I want to find a mirror.
Okay?
Wait,
Happening to
first-
everybody, too.
Yeah, I want
Petra
to find
will
a
just,
mirror
like-
and see if I can see what Petra's talking about.
Okay.
/ I'm also going to start like paying attention to everyone else's mouths to see if the words sync up.
Okay.
Specifically, Cal and Amaranth, since they're at least understandable, like talking forward.
Now that you've been made aware of it, you do notice that, yeah, everybody's mouth is out of sync. You go inside and you check the mirror, and your mouth is not out of sync.
I will have Petra check herself in the mirror.
Petra will climb up onto like the counter or whatever in front of the mirror and start talking. She'll say
Just saying random
news.
things.
pepperoni pizza.
Again, from your perspective, your mouth is moving normal. Everybody else is just
Oh.
weird.
Wait. If everything is mirrored and we're using a mirror, then it might be that the mirror is correcting the reflection. Shit. All right.
Can Petra try to go through the mirror?
You can absolutely try. What are you trying to do? Just run at it?
Nope, not running. She'll just like go head first towards the mirror.
Just
Yeah.
okay. She very firmly headbutts the mirror and it cracks.
Thank you. All right. Petra, I need you to do something for me.
Yeah.
I am going to stand in front of the mirror and speak.
Okay.
I need you to pay attention to my lips and my lips in the mirror. So I'll be like semi-facing the mirror so that she can see both. And tell me if they sync up.
Pedro will do that.
Of which,
Okay.
you know, I will do and just say some random bullshit.
She'll just kind of. So the mirror's like here, and Mew's face is like here. Petra will look this way.
Okay,
So she
you'll
can
look
see
like
both at the same
between
time.
them, so there's one on like each peripheral.
Yeah.
Okay. The mirror version of Mew seems to be talking normal. Her lips are synced with the audio, whereas the version that's standing right in front of you, her lips are not synced.
Oh, okay.
No, your mouth is still being weird.
In both the mirror and...
No, just you.
No, just you. Petra's hyper intelligent right now. Still talks like a 5-year-old.
Well, you can't just switch up your entire speech
That's true.
in 5 minutes.
That's true.
I want to grab Amaranth and ask her to use Detect Magic. See if there's anything going around fucking everywhere.
Okay. Pull up Amaranth's card here real quick. I believe she can cast it as a ritual, right? Yep. Okay, so she casts it as a ritual. Doesn't cost her anything. No, there's no magic.
Okay, so everything started being weird after we left the cathedral. It's possible whatever is causing this happened while we were there.
Petra, while Mew is sitting
Yeah.
there talking and thinking, and her lips are out of sync, you notice every now and then that she glares at you.
Petra will glare at her.
Okay.
Mew's completely oblivious. She's lost in thought.
Mhm.
Alright. I think we need to go back to the cathedral.
Stop glaring at me.
What are you talking about? I haven't been glaring at anyone. I've been legitimately distracted trying to
You
figure
just
out
glared
what-
at me like 2 seconds ago.
Petra's still just mad dogging you. You just did!
Hand axe comes
No.
out.
She's like, you better say sorry.
You better stop. You better fucking stop.
All y'all are losing your mind. Okay. I want to pull out my Tome of Infinite Shadows and flip through it a bit, to see if anything in it like reacts to maybe some kind of weird ass Zeronian magic going on that might not be detectable with Zeroni or with detect magic.
Interesting idea. No. There doesn't appear to be any sort of reaction from your book to the environment.
Keep that in mind. It might be again need to go back to the cathedral for that. All right, I'm gonna head back to the cathedral.
Okay.
Petra will
Alone?
follow, but she'll keep glaring.
she's still mad. Alright, so you guys head back to the cathedral. At this point, I assume you're holding the map backwards or something, correct? Making sure that
Or
you
something.
go the incorrect way so that you get there. Alright. At which point you do arrive back at the cathedral. Step onto the cathedral grounds. Everything at the cathedral seems normal. At first.
I'm going to go find Brolin, as he was the one that officiated the funeral.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
That one.
You know, in this case, that might actually be a good thing.
A 9 on your perception check. You find him pretty quickly.
I'm going to, like, greet him, say hello, try and, just get any word out of his mouth to determine if he's speaking normally.
Eat pork, aha. Yes, my child, what can I do for you?
Okay. So at least here seems normal. I will info dump about the situation.
Okay.
And ask if he has noticed anything weird going on outside the church or anything from people coming into the church.
I don't know, have I? No. I have not. I've been busy with cleaning things to attend to after the funeral. People to pay, things to be cleaned, documents to be noted. I have not left the church at all. I'm going to keep changing my accent.
Does Petra ignore him or acknowledge him?
Yes.
Petra's your character.
Yes, but this is opposite. She's apparently smart now, and she doesn't respect people that aren't warriors.
Oh, wait. Is she
So-
still smart in the fucking church?
Yes.
Is she don't?
She's still smart.
Huh.
Would you mind coming out of the church with us and, divine sense or something, detect good and evil, cleric shenanigans, religious whatever. Something's going on. We can't detect any magic. There has to be something. I want to check every avenue.
Sure, I can do that. Waddle, waddle.
I thanks. Now I'm just canonically, Brolin's gonna be like waddle, waddle, waddle wherever he fucking goes.
Got any grapes?
We had some, then we gave it away.
Ah,
Sure.
okay, so I follow them.
Okay.
I'm going to pay very close attention to when we leave the church to see if he then becomes affected by whatever is going on outside.
Okay. So he steps out of the church area with you, and it doesn't seem like anything has changed from the way he was at the beginning. He's still in the same state that everybody else appears to be, which is he's still speaking out of sync with his lips. But other than the same that you'd expect from everybody else you've noticed so far, he appears to be able to speak normally.
Okay. Reiterate what was going on, point out, what we can see that's going on, like, backwards as hell. And then again, request that he, I don't know, detect good and evil or something. I don't know what. If this is like some kind of demonic something, some kind of. Doesn't seem to be magic. Do I sense any magic going on around the cathedral, since it seems to be, not affected? Possibly because holy ground.
Well, like I said, at first it seemed normal. But that was mostly because you were just there. And you didn't realize that it had changed. It took a moment to think in that, yeah, on closer inspection, even the cathedral has been altered or mirrored, or however you would like to describe it.
So that begs the question then, does Brolin notice the differences? The backwards...
Roland, give me a perception check.
Or does he just think I'm fucking insane because...
17. He hasn't noticed a thing.
Okay. Quickly says Metroplex. No, okay.
Now,
Alright,
keep in mind, once you have pointed it out to him, then, he would be able to see them at that point, but he did not notice them on his own prior to you saying.
Oh shit. I don't know how much is backwards, but assuming a lot of shit is fucking backwards, it is possible that Amaranth did not detect magic because that is the opposite of what is true. Fuck. I'll have to test that when we get back to the end. Can you detect good and evil or something, or do you sense anything weird in terms of, demons, devils, anything?
Oh yeah, I can cast detect good and evil. I can do quite a few things.
So are you going to cast it then?
Yeah, I'll cast detect good. And
Okay.
evil. Set up yet, but
You immediately detect that everything in your vicinity is evil. Everything. Even this dirt, even the dirt you're standing.
Odin's beard. Everything here is evil.
Wait. Do you have Zone of Truth?
Technically,
Technically,
I haven't picked up my prepared yet. So that's what I was doing right now. Is getting all my spells.
All right, because now I want to establish that things are backwards, and to do that, I need. Oh shit! But no, that won't even work, because if he uses Zone of Truth, and it's backwards, that would mean I would be forced to lie. Which means I would have to be able to resist the spell.
I mean, you would know pretty quickly if you were forced to lie.
Very true.
All you would have to do is try to say something that you know for a fact is true, and the moment it forced you to lie, you would then
Okay. Do you have Zone of Truth?
Yes.
Do I know his name? Do I?
You never asked his name.
What is your name?
My name
Neil
is Brolin.
Rob.
Yeah, my name is
Brolin.
Brolin Tierson.
Okay. If I am correct and everything is backwards, which is why you sense everything is evil right now, if you cast Zone of Truth, it will force me to lie. And I will not be able to say that is your name. So, please, Zone of Truth.
Are you casting Zone of Truth? There it is. Okay. Are you going to try to pass the saving throw, or are you going to intentionally fail?
No, I'm going to intentionally fail.
Okay. And then I assume you're going through with your plan of attempting to say that his name is Brolin.
Yep.
As you attempt to say the word Brolin, it comes out barbecue. You are unable to say the truth.
I need to step out of the sphere now, because I can't elaborate anything while I'm in it, because it will make me say wrong shit. So I will step out.
Does Petra see anything that's awkwardly the right way around in the area that they're in?
Still looking for something that's hasn't been flipped?
Yes.
From what you can tell, everything appears to be flipped.
Are there any suspicious walls in the vicinity?
Suspicious walls.
Every wall is suspicious. Because it's
every
backwards.
wall is suspicious.
Okay. So, once I've stepped out of the Zone of Truth,
Mhm.
I will elaborate. So, I've confirmed that even magic is backwards. Because, well, in the Zone of Truth, I was not even to say that your name is Brolin. Which
Petra's gonna
is
rage.
obviously the truth. Which also confirms that when Amaranth used Detect Magic, she didn't detect anything because there was actually magic.
You said you're gonna rage, Petra?
Yes.
You feel an overwhelming sense of calm. You're just super chill. You're just like, this is
So,
nice."
do you detect any good in the area?
Okay, I cast Detect Good.
Okay. What is the range on detect good and evil?
30 foot. It's 30-foot sphere. Range is target self. So 30-foot
Yeah.
sphere.
Okay. You would not detect anything just randomly in the streets.
Oh god. Oh god. if everything is backwards, and I mean everything, when I checked my book to see if it was reacting, it was reacting. It just wasn't reacting because it's backwards. Fuck. Zeronian magic. Shit.
Petra's just sitting in the corner going,
Yeah, she's just chill. She's just relaxing. She's just like, yo, it's fine.
All right.
backwards rage becomes the new high.
Yeah, pretty much. She's just so chilled out right now.
Petra will go ahead and go towards the river, actually.
She's just like, yo, I'm gonna go take a bath. Alright.
Get the hell back here.
Wait, I want to go check the river.
Yo, it's all whooshy.
Does she just go back to normal after 6 seconds because she... Wait, if it's backwards, it would maintain itself if she... I'm going to risk some shit here and use Aurora's Embrace on her to, you know, cast, what's it? Just Healing Word on Petra. Assuming that, because backwards, right shenanigans, she takes damage, it stops.
Okay.
Because the opposite of rage would be, you know, she normally has to take damage or attack for it to maintain itself.
Mm-hmm.
So if she takes damage or doesn't attack, wait. She wouldn't be attacking in this case either. So would it just end itself? Hang on. Fuck it. One charge of Healing Word ain't gonna mean much, hopefully.
Well, you have
Petra
a cleric in
immediately
your group
dies.
now, so that should help.
Yeah, I mean, if everything's backwards and therefore, my spells that normally deal damage heal, I can deal with. I will cast Healing Word on Petra.
Okay.
I want to try and break her quote-unquote rage.
Her quote-unquote rage. I like it.
Let's go, 7 points.
Alright. Petra,
Yeah.
you feel good. You are not hurt by the magic. You weren't injured, so it doesn't heal you, but it does not hurt you.
Interesting.
Petra's just gonna keep walking.
1d6.
Petra's just lazily going down the road. Just, look at those clouds.
But when she gets to the river, she wants to like put a finger in the water to see if it's hot or cold.
Okay. Are you guys following Petra, or is she just leaving without you?
I will follow, I guess. I don't want to lose track of anyone.
Okay. So, you guys walk to the river, and Petra just kind of goes and puts a finger in it, and it's nice and warm. Like jacuzzi temperature, nice, hot, bubbling water.
Petra's just gonna get in.
She's
gonna
just jumping.
relax
She's
even
just like,
more.
ah, hot tub time.
You getting wet, or is she still dry?
She is still dry, actually. She's just like enjoying the feeling. It's just like nice hot water, but she's not getting wet.
This is great.
All right. Is she still in her rage or whatever the hell you want to call it?
Yeah.
I'm going to find a rock. I'm going to use Magic Stone on it.
Okay.
because this is probably the weakest spell that I have.
Mhm.
I'm going to throw it at Petra.
Okay, make an attack roll.
It is going to fucking miss because goddamn ridiculous high AC.
27 will miss.
Because that's okay. That's okay. I have three. I can do this to 3 rocks. Let's just fucking go again.
Oh, there you go.
Nat
Critical
1.
failure.
Roll critical damage.
Oh, no.
Critical damage, like it's still like max damage.
That's amazing. Petra, you take 17 damage.
Does she snap out of rage now?
She does.
Or rage?
She does snap out of her rage.
I will re-expend
Petra-
healing word to heal her since
Yeah.
All you see is Petra getting ready with the throwing axe.
She's just like, what the fuck?
calm down. You raged. It was backwards as hell. You were calm as hell. I needed you back as you.
I was me. Smile with smile muscles.
All right. Everything's backwards. Everything's backwards. Not. I suppose it makes sense that the healing energies of spells and life and whatnot isn't backwards, because if that was backwards, everybody would just be dead.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm in this water and I'm not wet.
Just like, there. I solved it. The water's not wet.
She can't breathe water right now, but she's gonna shove her face into it. Can she breathe the water?
She cannot breathe the water. She begins immediately suffocating.
Okay.
I can't breathe the water, but I can if I want to.
She's just choking. I can't breathe it.
Let's see.
From an outside perspective, you guys must look fucking insane right now. We have Petra over here super chill and then tries to inhale water and gets confused when she can't breathe it. And you over
Now that
here
she's
launching
confused.
deadly rocks at me.
Right? That is
Petra
the
in
most deadly
specific.
rock that will ever be.
It was
Legit.
a pretty fucking deadly rock.
Yeah.
Took
legit.
17 points of my HP.
That was max damage. That was legitimately max damage from that. The one time I fucking use it, max damage. Oh shit.
If I
how
throw a
to-
boomerang, does it just keep flying and never return?
You're just
I don't
like,
have a boomerang.
I guess it's just
No.
a stick now.
you pull the boomerang out and it immediately flies away. You don't even have to throw it.
You throw
And
it
then it
that way and it
returns.
goes this way.
I want to cast light on just fucking anything. I'm
Okay.
curious if it's going to be darkness now.
So you cast light on just a random object near you,
Yep.
and
You
it
do on
begins
Petra's axe.
emitting a darkness.
Cool. I'll dismiss it because, yeah.
Because you can,
Can Petra see in the dark now?
yeah. Petra cannot see.
Alright, so. The theater would make sense that that might be the origin point, because that's where we dealt with that. Shit. I say
Do I
we
need
go
to
the
walk through a
theater.
wall again?
I say we go to the theater.
Okay.
Is that what you guys
Petra will,
doing then?
Petra will get out of the water, dust herself off, and follow.
Okay.
She
just
gets out of the water, and the water makes her wet when she gets out.
So you guys go to the theater. Okay, so we go inside. Yeah.
Yes.
The first thing that you notice is that the black crystal that would have formed where Izokusa died is completely and entirely gone.
Please. Is there any trace of it?
Give me an investigation
I'm curious if this thing, like, dissipated or some shenanigans.
Petra will also do an investigation check.
That was almost a fucking 2.
Alright. Petra, you said you're gonna investigate too?
Yep.
Okay. Petra, you immediately identify that there's no trace of the crystal. It was never here. You just fucking Sherlock Holmes it, and you're just like, see? Based on the way that the floor here is unscratched, it clearly wasn't pulled up, and the curtains here aren't damaged, and that one has dust on it that wasn't there the last time that we were here. So this clearly hasn't been altered in any way, which means the crystal was never here in the first place.
Yep,
All
Petra
right.
will say all of that.
It's just pulls out a little like fang and pretends it's a pipe.
I kind of feel bad that I keep asking Brolin to fucking burn his magic, but detect good and evil again, can we?
Well, how long has it been?
It is now earlier than it was when you started.
Well, yeah, since the last
my
time
God,
she asked me
time's
to
going
call, it
backwards.
was 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes, I just want to know if the spell's still going or still.
Does the spell attach to you, like follow you around, or does it stay where you're at?
Dick follows you around.
Okay. It has been more than 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
Okay. At the theater, again, everything is evil.
I knew it, damn critics.
Nobody believed me that the theater was evil.
Okay. What now?
Can Petra find any trace of some sort of magic? Because I'm assuming she can do that for some reason.
Give me an Arcana check.
I want to pull out my chunk of Izokus.
Okay. And do what with it?
See if I feel anything weird from it. Since the rest of the chunk vanished or whatever.
You pull it out and it is clear. It is no longer black. Petra, you immediately identify that, yes, there is definitely magical shenanigans going here. Although, it's not that a spell is doing things, it's that the very weave itself has been flipped. You're not in a spell. You're in another dimension.
We are not in our original dimension. Petra will say that to you.
Oh, that's fun.
Not in Kansas anymore.
Hang on.
We're not in Kansas anymore. Okay, General Quaritch or whatever the fuck he is. Is he a general? I don't know.
Well, I don't have any means of traveling dimensions. Unless somehow I can connect a teleportation circle to another plane of existence.
Interplanar travel is a little bit more difficult than
I was legitimately just contemplating zeroing glyph shenanigans with it, but that's a very expensive experiment.
Petra will bring out her book, or the notebook, the magical ones that she got.
that.
See if she can make it fairly large. And she'll start just drawing out a map of a rough map of the city, where they've been, and when or how this may have started.
So she's just gonna like timeline the whole thing?
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
She gets out pieces of string, she hangs them up.
She's got red tacks and blue tacks. Each one means different things. Okay, give me a sleight of hand check to see how well you're able to draw it.
Fucking your luck is working against you.
7, okay? And I need a history check as well to see how much of it you actually remember. 9. You are pretty accurately able to draw out this timeline of events that you believe were starting before anything changed, leading up to this moment now, and working backwards, you realize that this happened at some point between leaving the theater and heading to the cathedral.
Petra will look up at New. So according to the timeline, it may have happened between here and the cathedral, just before the funeral.
Wait, before the funeral? Before we went to... No, wait. That's a long stretch of time, because we took Windsar to the cathedral to get the preparation started. Then we went to the theater. Then there was fucking 2 days of waiting. That is a long
Something in
time.
that 2 days happened.
Petra go in between those 2 days and just start mapping everything.
Okay? Give me another history check. What is Brolin attacking?
Nothing. I'm testing out my abilities.
A history check. A 2. So, with a 2, you suddenly have an epiphany. When you were walking towards the cathedral, you went under an arch. And looking back, you realize you noticed you didn't realize it before because you weren't this smart. But now, thinking about it, looking through that archway and remembering it with almost picture-perfect clarity, everything on the other side of the archway was flipped from where you were. Everybody was walking on the opposite side and everything on one side of the archway. And on the side of the archway that you were on, everybody was walking normal. And you didn't realize it because you were on your way to a funeral and you were preoccupied and you were upset. And you didn't notice that this archway was actually some sort of portal that you all just walked through.
New, I have it. There's an archway somewhere in the town. Do you remember that?
Is it a cookie?
Brolin's the dumb one now.
We're reversing shit. Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah, he's got a 20 wisdom score, so he's not very helpful right now.
But there's an archway over in town. Like here, she'll point where approximately it is on the map, because it is a rough map,
Mhm.
not a perfect one. She'll point on that. So this is where all of this started. Within those 2 days, this is where all of this started. This archway. On one side, people were walking on the opposite side, and everybody was like, right hand or left-handed and whatnot. And then on our side, everybody, it was the right way. But this archway caused us to go to the opposite. So this archway is a portal to our original dimension.
This is... So if that's the case, that still doesn't explain some things, because that would explain why, like, Amaranth, Cal, me, and you are still talking forward, at least, and why we can understand each other and whatnot, but that doesn't explain him.
Oh,
gonna
boom,
play
ain't
it
it great to
wrong.
be crazy? Boom, who, me? What?
I mean, unless he walked through the archway too, that would
He must
imply
have
that...
walked. He must have walked through the archway at some point between then and now, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to understand him. So let's go find this archway, and we'll push him through first.
Well, it might not even be active anymore.
Well, active or not, I say we go and try. Because right now we are not in our dimension. And I can tell you that for a fact.
So smug. I can tell you that for a fact. Smart.
Petra will then-
kind of smug.
That's why she's dumb.
Alright, well... I doubt it's gonna be that simple, but we can go check it.
Right?
Well, it may not be simple, but we may as well. And Petra will lead the way while holding her map that she made.
Alright, so you guys head to the spot, and you immediately find that the archway is there. However, there doesn't appear to be any sort of difference on the other side of the archway.
Can I get to the opposite side of the archway without walking through it?
You could if you went around the entire block. It's essentially between two buildings. It crosses over the entire street. So you would have to walk all the way around this.
Petra will follow you.
No. I'm too lazy
Okay.
for that. I want you to walk up the wall, over the archway, and down the other wall.
Could do that.
Sounds good. And Petra will start climbing the wall.
Alright, so Petra just walks up and over and back down on the other side?
Yep.
Okay. Then what?
She will peek around the corner of the archway and look through it.
Okay. Looking through it, you see that New is still standing there, along with Roland, Cal, and Amaranth.
And Amaranth?
You see everybody
And Cal.
standing there.
Whoa.
Petra will go ahead and walk through it.
Okay.
What do
Just to
I
see
see
what will
from
happen.
this? Like, once she gets to the other side, do I still see her?
Yes, you still see.
What do I see when she starts walking towards me?
She just walks towards you.
Does Petra feel any dumber?
Petra does not feel any different.
Petrick decides to investigate this wall, maybe seeing if there's like not necessarily magic, but any residual portal shenanigans.
Okay, give me an Arcana check or an Investigation check. Whichever one you're worse at.
I'm worse at both of them equally.
Awesome. Let's pick one. A 9 Arcana. There's definitely residual magic here, but it seems to be gone or currently unreachable.
And I investigate it to see. To
Now,
kind of
you
like.
see Amaranth just happens to notice something, walks right over to the center of the road, directly in the middle of the archway, reaches down and picks up something. With her passive perception of 11, she currently has the highest perception out of all of you, and she picks up what appears to be a broken shard of a mirror and holds it up to show you guys.
When the hell did these two get here?
They've been following you since the tavern.
Really?
Yes.
I assume they just kind of stayed there.
Petra will
because-
inspect
No.
it for magic.
Okay, you're gonna check them. Okay.
Yep.
Alright, Arcana check. A 10. There's definitely some kind of magical properties to it.
See,
Petra wants to. So, with that in mind, Petra will go ahead and look around the archway, look up, like on the underside of the, of the archway and stuff, and see if there's like any more shards of mirror or whatever may have been left behind.
Okay. There doesn't appear to be. This seems to be a singular shard. Judging from its general shape and jaggedness, it clearly came from a mirror, but it does not appear that the mirror is in this location. What's Amaranth? It's fairly high. Okay. So Amaranth's kind of stupid right now. Petra's the smartest
What?
one in the group at the moment.
Oh my god.
I told you I came up with some interesting ideas for today.
well, if the shard of mirror could be a material component.
It's also started to get quite dark, by the way.
What? I would like
Because
to assume
Petra
that
still
it's-
doesn't know, Petra's gonna grab her Crescent Warrior's coat and tap it to see if she can turn it on.
Just like bing bang.
Now she goes to tap it and instantly realizes the farce that it had become.
Yeah. It's just like, wait a minute. New!
You bitch!
You son of a bitch.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've done nothing.
Man, I wish this showed you how many you have prepared.
I know it's something that they intend to add to the sheets. I don't know that they have
For
added it
prepared spells,
yet. Yeah.
they do. On your spell list, it has the
Yes,
a
how
little
many?
deer
How
icon.
many? How many actually have prepared
Oh.
versus how many I have?
Oh, right.
Yeah, I know it's something that they
And I-
intend to add.
And then of course I have the always prepared spells that don't count
Yeah.
towards my prepared spells. I just have to
Yeah.
remember.
I know it's something that they intend to add at some point. I've been keeping tabs on like the updates and things like that, One of the things that they do have marked as something that they're working on is a way to display how many of them you have actively prepared.
This shard here definitely has some magic on it. I don't know what. But this must have been part of the thing that brought us to this dimension.
Wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's disturbing. No.
What? What's disturbing?
The shard of Azokus. It's clear because in this mirrored, reversed-ass world, liches are good. Alright. How to handle this?
You,
Yes.
give me a dexterity saving throw. Five. You, lost in thought, almost don't see the glint as the broken shard of the mirror comes lunging in your direction as Amaranth attempts to stab you in the heart. Petra.
Squeeze me?
You do not
Yeah?
see this. From your perspective, Amaranth did not move.
New, stop fucking around. We're trying to get things done.
What do you mean fucking around? Amaranth just tried to kill me.
Amaranth's standing right here. And she'll point at Amaranth.
You, from your perspective, Petra is pointing at thin air. Amaranth is standing in a completely different spot, much closer to you, though she appears to be calmer now. She doesn't appear to be continuing to attack you.
The weave is different. Is it possible that those of us that aren't in touch with the weave are being affected in different ways than those of us that have residual weave from the correct dimension? And why the fuck are you trying to stab me?
Amaranth seems to have no idea what you're talking about.
Petra will just tell everybody to stop. Take a seat, take a breather, stop. Really, bitch?
Excuse me?
Petra, you're standing there
Yep.
trying to calm everybody down. Mew suddenly blasts Eldritch Blast in your direction and barely misses you. Mew, from your perspective, this never happened.
New, I need you to calm down.
What are you talking about?
You just tried to blast me.
I did no such thing.
Well, Petra noticed this phenomenon a little
Give
bit?
me an insight check.
Okay.
A 4. You quickly begin to realize that your realities are becoming unsynchronized. You're likely in some sort of dimensional fracture where each of you is experiencing a slightly skewed version of reality. So you're all living in the same moment, but everything is just slightly different for each of you.
Petra will put her hands out and go, okay. Everybody calm down. Nobody panic. You included, Amaranth. We may or may not be becoming unsynchronized in this dimension. It seems like something's happening. Like some sort of crack. I mean, the day is going backwards.
Is it? Is it? Or is night bright in this dimension and darkness, or night, daytime dark? The day still may be going backwards, but we might be offset by 12 hours. Because it's actually night, which night is bright here.
New.
Don't trust anything.
New. You said Amaranth tried to stab you.
She did.
But for me, Amaranth is standing over here. I
Where
said
she's
that you
pointing-
tried to attack me.
Yeah, where she's pointing again, Amaranth is still not standing there. Amaranth is still clearly in a very different spot. Roland, you would still see Amaranth where Petra is pointing.
Petra will walk towards New and just kind of grab her arm.
Okay.
Just to see if that will, like, stabilize everything. Is New still trying to attack her?
Well, as soon as you spoke to her and you began speaking back, she stopped attacking. She just fired the one shot at you and then went back to...
When she grabs me, does Amaranth move for either of us?
No. Amaranth does, however, walk over to see what you guys are talking about. Petra, to you, she's walking diagonally slightly in one direction. You,
Yeah.
she's walking diagonally slightly in a different direction until they meet and merge into one single position where they are once again synchronized. So it seems that they have come back into a singular point and once again synchronized their different selves. So, to make it simpler, Amaranth appears to be in the same spot for everybody again. As she comes over, trying to figure out why you're grabbing people, why she's being accused of blasting somebody when she clearly didn't see it, and why Niu is trying to claim that she was trying to stab somebody when she was over there.
Alright. Seeing Amaranth walk forward, I will point it out and be like, okay, Petra, Amaranth just came over here. Where is she for you now?
Petra will point directly at where Amaranth is walking, with her finger following Amaranth's path.
Petra, Niu, you'll notice that Petra's not pointing at Amaranth at first, but it's almost like she's predicting where Amaranth will be as her finger eventually lines up and points, along with her following from that point on.
Okay.
Like I said, it seems like there's some sort of fracture.
So the fracture just merged, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I want to see if we can intentionally create another fracture.
Okay. Amaranth, go stand over there.
Whoa. Let go of me first.
Petra will do that, and she'll just She'll
Knowing
usher
Amaranth, she
Amaranth
would just be,
over.
what, why me?
She's
very
the strongest
Amaranth.
one here. She's the strongest one here. It's okay. It's fine.
Probably, actually. Let's see. Strength score of 9. But yeah, she's physically the strongest one out of all of you.
All right. So now
Petra can barely lift her axes.
we need something to happen that is a fracture. Because my working theory is that when you came over and grabbed me, being in contact allowed the fractures to come back together as, time stepped forward a bit and it brought itself back together, because obviously it can't just shunt itself back into position. Which, if that's the case, that's gonna suck a little bit, because then we'll have to legitimately keep contact with each other until we figure this out.
Okay. So how do
So-
you intend to cause a fracture as you've taken to falling in?
I don't know. At this point, I'm
Well-
just gonna kind of.
Everybody's stand in a circle with exactly 8 feet between us. And Petra will measure that out for everybody. And then go
Not
to
even
her
with
place.
a tool, just visually. She's just calculating based off of shadows and shit.
Yeah. She can do that. She's smart right now.
No, she's basically a genius right now. So you're just gonna stand around in a circle and wait for something to happen?
Yes.
I think we can force it a little bit. I just need to think of how.
Petra will take one of her throwing axes and throw it at Berlin.
You're just gonna throw it at him?
Yes, but she'll make it to where only the handle will hit him, but the axe part doesn't hit him.
Okay.
So it's just getting dinked in the head with a handle.
roll an attack with the throwing axe. 24. You miss, and the axe goes flying right past his head.
Is that an axe?
Toss it back to me.
I give that back so I can try again.
She'll just go ahead and try again.
Just okay. Just gonna keep throwing axes at him until you thump him with one.
Yep.
19 still misses.
Why exactly are you throwing axes at him?
But damn it. 21.
21 still misses.
That's okay. I got 6 more in the bag.
A 13 will hit him.
So he just gets dinked in the head with the handle of the axe.
Okay. Roll an unarmed strike.
Just the damage.
Just the damage.
Oh, I don't mind this.
Yeah, it's gonna force it. Yeah. 5 damage. Roll and you take 5 damage.
Why
How far
exactly?
away is she
are
from
you-
me?
She's about 8 feet.
5 damage.
And she just
Hey,
kinda
what's that
dinks
thing
you.
for?
I'm trying to see something. Because right now, or
She
just
is
a moment
halfway.
ago. No, Petra will start explaining it in kind of dumbed down terms. You see,
If we hit each other with throwing things, then we'll get back to where we were.
no. Basically, I'm seeing things that you aren't seeing. And you're seeing things that I'm not seeing.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I'm seeing
more
stars
like it.
and birds and everything now. I got hit by the axe handle.
You're fine. You'll be okay. Trust me. So she tried to blast me in the face, but she didn't see that from her. She'll point it at you. But she tried to stab her. She'll point at Amaranth and then you. But to me, she didn't do anything to her. So basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to force it. Oh no.
Crit failure.
As Petra is speaking, you just see her turn and yeet another axe at Amaranth. Thankfully, she completely missed. The axe flew across way past her and smashed against the wall, breaking the axe.
Who sees this? Just Rowan?
Everyone but Petra sees this.
Petra, what the hell? Why are you throwing axes at Amaranth now?
I didn't. I only threw one at, well, I threw several, but I only hit him with one axe. I didn't throw anything at Amaranth.
People are weird.
Alright.
So this might be another situation where there's a
Okay.
a bit of a friction.
I know how to fix this. Presumably. And Nia will walk over to Petra and, like, put her hand on her shoulder or whatever and be like, let's go pick up your axes.
Yeah, and Petra will go and pick up her axes.
Okay.
Is
And
the
I
one
will
that was
maintain
thrown
contact
for
the entire time.
is the one that was thrown for everybody else missing from Petra?
Yes.
Or okay, and it's
Now-
still
Oh, you mean
broken.
from your inventory? No.
Yeah.
When Petra, that is fractured from our view, goes to pick up the axes, will she go to pick up the one she threw at Amaranth?
Hold on. Before you answer that, both of you send me in a private message, yes or no, if you're going towards the one that she threw at Amaranth, or if you're going towards the one that she threw at Bro. Okay, so yes if you're going towards Amaranth, no if you're going towards Bro. Both of you privately message me that. I'm waiting on news message. Okay. In that case, you put your hand on Petra, have this conversation, and then you immediately go over to pick up the axe that is broken behind Amaranth. Petra, you went the opposite direction, and you went and picked up the axe that was behind Brolin. Or, well, the one that hit him and was on the ground in front of you. You are still out of sight.
Alright. I assume I still see Petra, like, next to me, even though Petra sees herself elsewhere.
Yeah, from your point of view, Petra is with you.
Now that we've got the axes, let's return back to where you were standing when you threw them.
Yep, Petra will return to her spot.
Okay. As the two unsynchronized versions of yourself move to the same spot, you resynchronize.
All right.
At this point, Petra, now the axe that was thrown at Amaranth just seems to be missing from your possessions. You're holding a broken axe in one hand, an unbroken axe in the other. And the broken axe definitely came out of your inventory. But you don't remember ever taking it out. You don't remember ever throwing it, but the evidence is in your hand.
So it's clear that there is still some sort of fracture.
Okay. And being in contact with the person seems to fix it.
No. Because I went towards that one. You said it was like
Yes.
broken over there or anything, right?
Well, here's the thing. Being in contact with the person can't just shunt the realities back together. It has to take the moment to fix itself. So when you went to pick up the axe, I went with my copy of you over to where Amaranth was, picked up that axe, and when we came back to the spot here, the two realities merged together. That was the point that they finally met back together and merged.
Petra, you are hyper intelligent at the moment. So
Yeah.
you're beginning to really get a feel for it. And it feels like making contact with other people is entirely ineffectual. It's likely that it requires something else to resynchronize.
I would be inclined to agree with you, New. But at the moment, this axe here, the broken one, she'll hold up the broken one. This had not left my possession from my point of view. This one had. This is the one I threw at that guy. At Berlin. But I'm pretty sure you went that way and not the way I went. She'll point at Amaranth and she'll point towards Berlin. So it is not a matter of us touching each other to resynchronize, but there's something else where conditions need to be met in order to resynchronize ourselves with our dimensional self. Oh shit.
Need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Man, I succeeded that shit with a vengeance.
Oof.
Hey, Petra and you successfully save. Roland does not.
Poor Berlin.
So, Petra and you take half of the damage. Berlin, you take the whole 24 damage.
Amaranth's not very nice.
All right.
Does Berlin look singed from our point of view?
Yeah, from your
Or
point
does
of
he
view,
look normal?
From your point of view, Brolin looks like he's been injured, and you guys are definitely injured. From Amaranth's point of view, nothing has changed. From
What the fuck,
rest
Amaranth?
of yours, Amaranth just attacked the party.
No, hold on, you. This might be another case of Amaranth being unsynchronized.
Okay, well,
Amaranth, I want you to walk to the center of the circle.
No. It's not gonna be good enough.
No, let's just try it.
Amaranth, from your perspective, begins to cast another spell. However, you see her stop and walk towards the center of the room, and there's like a shift in her face. She went from this sort of cold, flat affect to suddenly the lights came back on, and you could tell she has resynchronized with herself.
Okay. I here's my working theory now. If it's not contact, what it is the fractured hat pieces have to somehow be made to do the same action. So in the case of your throwing axes, that action was picking up the axe and then returning to your original position. When both fractures return to that position, the fractures merged. In this case, the Amaranth that casted the spell and the Amaranth that didn't cast the spell, the one that
They were
started to
fragments of the puzzle.
cast a second spell, while the one that didn't cast the spell just moved to the center. So when the one that casted the spell stopped casting, then moved to the center, fracture rejoined.
Amaranth, can I see the shard of mirror that you had picked up?
She hands it over to you without too much fuss.
I think the thing that had us end up here got fractured, and somehow it contains multiple different fractures, and the reason why we're out of sync is because this thing has been broken. Maybe there's parts of it that we need to find in order to recreate this portal, I'll say.
Well, it makes sense. Kind of like looking into a broken mirror, each section gives you a slightly different view of the same thing. Now the question is, how the fuck do we find it?
Well, we have different... currently we're all synchronized, because we're not attacking each other, at least from our point of views. But what if we try to fracture again, and have the different fractures of us look for the different shards, and then bring them back to the middle?
See... Wait a minute. What does this shard look like? Is it, like, part of a circle, an oval? What can we tell what shape the mirror would have been?
You can
And is
tell
it
from the piece that you have there that at least one side of it would be flat.
okay?
You only have a small section of that side, so you cannot just tell if it's, octagonal, square, pentagonal. You only know that it has flat sides.
Oh, like a paleontologist, can Petra try to hypothesize the shape of the whole thing?
There's too little currently.
By any chance, well, okay, how big is this chunk that we have?
It's about the size of a dagger's blade.
Okay, and
So, several
by
inches
any
long,
chance,
about 2 inches at its thickest point.
by any chance, do the opposing sides of the piece match up?
What do you mean matchup?
Like, if you were to duplicate the thing and put them side by side, would they fit together?
Yes.
I have an idea. We need to somehow intentionally create fractures, okay? But as we create them, we need to pass the shard from person to person. And once everyone has a shard, we get the fractures to rejoin. If it works how I think it might, be just based on the fact that if you look at the sides of this chunk, they could fit together if we had duplicates of it. We might be able to fabricate the mirror by then bringing the fractures together. Each person would then have the shard of the mirror from their fracture, and then we piece it back together.
Right, so we need to fracture the mirror. Roll and cast Thunder Wave on the shard piece.
He's like, I got this.
Is he actually casting this?
No.
I was about to say, Petra just counter spells. Kidding.
No, I would have counterspelled.
Oh, this is opposite Petra. She can cast spells.
The amazing Petra.
I don't think that's how it works, just because if that was the case, I wouldn't be able to cast spells.
I told you, Petra can't fly. Petra can't fly. I told you, I'm not Petra. I'm Jade.
All right.
Okay, everybody get back in your place in the circle. And
So
we'll
now,
wait.
yes.
What I want you to do, Brolin, she'll jingle whatever she has reminiscent to keys in front of Brolin.
Picks up her coin pouch and jingles it in front of him.
And she stops and is like, wait, that's what you assholes used to do to me. God damn. All these revelations of Jesus fucking Christ.
All right.
Okay.
So once we're back in the circle, we just need to wait for a fracture to happen. Once the fracture happens,
When
whoever...
So what I want you to do is when you see a fracture, raise specifically your right hand.
Well, we have to be tricky about this, okay? So we don't
Roll it.
actually have to get 5 fractures at once. We just need to see, well, proof of concept would be we get the fracture. The person that is fractured tells the Petra, because she currently has the chunk of the mirror, to give them the chunk of the mirror. Once that happens, Petra returns to her spot. If both people then have a chunk of the mirror, this is possible.
I think I see a fracture. How far is Cal from us?
Cal's
feet,
not
like the
far
rest of
away,
us?
but Petra,
Yeah.
you take 12 damage. As Cal suddenly draws his bow and launches an arrow into your shoulder.
Does anyone else but Petra see this?
Cal,
Everyone but Cal sees this happen.
Okay.
Cal, take
That is
this,
a
and she'll
Wait.
offer him the shard.
Hang on. Wait a second. Let me double check my... So he currently has it in his version. You'd have it. So if you give it back to him... Okay, yeah. You give it to him. Then we need Cal to... We need to do something to trigger the...
Cal,
rejoin.
she'll talk to the one that she can see, the one that's fractured. She'll give it to him, and she will direct him to go to the center of the circle. And then she will then raise her right hand to let Mew know, and she will tell Mew to have him go to the middle of the circle.
Well, you and you see the same version of
Yeah, we're in the same fracture.
Right.
But if the 4 of us are in one fracture and Cal's in the other, having this Cal move and go back might be enough to trigger it. So just move back to your spot, Cal.
Alright, so you're giving Cal the mirror fragment?
Yes.
He immediately takes it and runs full sprint down the alley.
Amaranth, go get him!
I really don't want to do this, but fuck it. Mental prison.
Okay, go ahead and cast it.
Oof.
Okay, he fails.
Horribly, too.
Oh, that's bad.
So
How
he
much-
is sprinting forward as you cast this on him, and he can no longer see anything.
That is not correct. That was 15d10. It's only supposed to be 5 and then 10 if he moves outside the thing. That might need to be fixed.
Yeah, just a smidge. Let's see here. So
Cal
that,
was not
immediately
dead.
faints.
yeah. Yeah. Now immediately dead. So 23 damage. Okay. and he cannot see anything around him. He can't even see the ground that he's standing.
Yeah, he sees something that prevents.
New.
Oh.
I want you to have him move
No, he
back to
sees
his spot in
nothing.
the circle.
Nothing.
He sees nothing, and he believes he's just falling.
Move
I mean,
him back to this part in the circle.
I can't control him like that. I just stopped him from running.
Petra will then go shove Cal back to his spot in the circle.
I was trying to avoid that. Does she
Alright,
succeed
roll.
at shoving him?
Give me a strength check. Well, what is his strength score? She does not succeed in shoving him.
Don't move him. If you move him before we figure out how to get him back to the... and make the fracture rejoin, yeah, that's gonna be a lot of pain.
So can Cal, from his point of view, see everybody doing stuff?
Yeah, he sees you guys doing stuff. He just doesn't see the other version
Okay.
of himself.
So he knows where
If you
Petra is
say
standing
something,
and...
does he do it?
Yeah. But I'm trying to do things. Okay. So Petra will then say, okay, Cal, your fractured self is over here. I need you to move towards me and stand right where this one is standing. And she'll put her hands out, like on the back of the fractured Cal's legs. And wait for Cal to, like, go stand there.
Okay. At which point, yeah, I mean, at this point, you guys pretty much understand what's going on.
I
to a
apologize
degree.
in advance,
So,
but
he comes
I had
over.
to put you in mental prison. It's going to be shitty once we confirm the fracture is rejoined. I will drop it. Just don't move, please, for the love of God.
So Cal comes over and he stands directly in the spot and immediately feels all of the pain that his fractured self went through, taking all of the damage that he otherwise would have taken. He has, however, resynchronized.
All right, I
Okay.
break concentration.
How many shards does he have?
He still only has the one.
Does Petra have a shard now, though? When the fracture rejoined, did that shard come back?
No. There's just
Okay.
the shard that he is holding.
So,
Before we continue, it is already 6 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and take our break real quick, about 10 minutes. So be back roughly 15 after. Sound good, everybody?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Okay. What is your plan?
okay. So, I think this plan is still a good idea. I think where we went wrong, though, is we handed the fractured Cal the shard and not the normal Cal. So, we need everybody to pay attention. When they see the fracture, they need to request from a person that has a shard to be given a shard. And then when they remerge, they'll have a
Petra will-
shard.
Petra will take the shard back from Cal. And she will return to her place in the circle. And direct everybody else back to their place in the circle.
I'll apologize again to Cal. Like, you started to run, man. I had to stop you.
Wouldn't you be one of the dumbest people here, too?
She would be pretty low, yeah.
Not as low as Amaranth, though, huh?
She's dumber than Amaranth right now.
Unless Cal has high intelligence, I think mine is actually the highest. Normally.
Yep, he probably has hella good wisdom though.
Yeah,
Is
you
that
have
perception?
You have the highest intelligence.
Fun.
So
Which means
Petra's
right
basically
now she
looking at. Petra's looking at you like you look at Petra when she comes up with things.
Oh, anybody notice that the map's backwards on Foundry? When did that happen?
What's Foundry?
Alright. Alright.
There's this fourth wall I broke.
Don't turn this into a Greco situation.
Man.
Have we tried putting the shard on the gate, or we know the shard's here works here in the circle, or
So I have the shard. When a fracture happens, for any of us, we will raise our right hand.
okay.
If any of you don't see what I see, I want you to direct the person that I say either attacked me or moved independently of you to come get this shard. And if I see anybody else instead of you,
Oh god.
I will direct him to come get the shard. And fun.
Roland, as Petra's explaining this to you, you see two Eldritch Blasts go flying past your face and just absolutely decimate the wall to your right.
3. It's 3 now at
Sorry,
level
you
11.
see three of them go blasting past you and just demolish the wall to your side.
Roland raises his hand. I think I see a fraction.
Okay, who is it?
What?
It's a dragon lady.
So I hear
New?
them saying this, right? Even though they're in a fracture?
So, you see everybody else as they are,
Mhm.
but you don't see you shooting at them.
Right,
Everybody
Everybody
else
else
sees you
see.
shooting at them.
Right,
Okay.
but when they talk about it, I hear them talk about it.
Yep.
You hear them talk about it, absolutely.
Okay. So
Okay.
now,
New, I
Whoa,
want
whoa.
you to come.
I need you to give me the shard. Then we...
That's what I was saying. New, I need you to come get the shard.
I saw Game Master
New.
fracture. We're all screwed.
Hold on. New. I need you to roll a wild magic search.
Oh no.
how do I do that?
You
Usually the
should
thing just pops up for me.
you should have just gotten a pop-up. Did it not work?
Nope.
You know what? I don't think I have that for you. Yeah, I don't have that, we don't have that module anymore. Okay, I'll have to roll it for you. Hold on.
D100? Or what?
No, I have 10,000 wild searches.
Jesus.
A sculpted ice portrait appears for every 150 yards.
Alright, so as you're sitting there, New goes blasting this magic at Brolin. It just decimates the wall. And as the wall falls away, there's just this beautiful ice statue standing there.
I don't see the ice statue, do I?
You don't see the ice statue.
Alright, I'm gonna go collect the shard from
I didn't
Petra.
know you were. I didn't know you were artistic. But yeah.
No, it's obviously now a portrait, not a statue.
I'll go collect the shard from Petra.
Does Petra still have her shard?
Petra still has for sure.
Okay.
And then I will return to my spot.
Has the
Are you
new
handing
that
the shard to her?
not to the new that she sees, but she's just holding it out so that new can grab it.
Okay. New, her hand is empty. Petra, in your reality, you are holding the shard. New, in your
Mhm.
reality, she's not holding anything.
Okay, I'll just hold my hand out and be like, shard, please? Like, why are
Petra's
you
still
holding your
holding it
hand
out.
out? Why are you just holding your hand out?
I don't think Petra can hear New
Petra can hear
asking that.
New.
Oh, okay.
The fractured version of her is still saying everything that she says. They're just completely desynchronized.
I'm holding it out so that you can take it. But it does not seem like you can take it from me
You want me to
when
take your
fractured.
hand?
No, the shard, you imbecile.
There ain't nothing in your hand.
There she is. Okay. Petra will then turn to the New that tried to blast Brolin and ask her to go see if she can find a shard anywhere in a 50-yard radius.
To that New,
No.
it's in your hand.
Yeah, to that New, it's in your hand. Also, because she is not synchronized yet, she's going to turn and attack.
I like how I'm pretending to hold it.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Do you see my fucking cat? Petra, you take 24 damage.
Do I get pushed forward 10 feet instead of backward?
You get pulled towards New. You basically slide forward until you're pressed up against New.
Does she move in my reality?
Yeah, you just see her like go forward. Like she just, it looks like somebody just like yanked her forward. And
Okay,
you
okay,
attack
okay.
3 times with this, correct?
Yeah, huh? Oh, thank God.
The second one misses. And the third one will hit.
Quickly.
Oh, oops. That's the wrong damage. Hold up.
I mean, add 10. Max
Yeah,
damage.
it's 25 damage to Petra.
So fucking bad. Why is it the max fucking okay. Petra.
Wait,
quickly.
25 damage to Petra?
Yeah,
because
I
it was
didn't
supposed to be a
roll it
crit.
correctly. I hit the wrong button. It's 25 damage for that. So you have the first one that was the 24 damage, and then you got hit again for 25.
All right, Petra, quickly. Put the shard on the ground at your feet.
So it put me at 116, I think. No. Just 106.
Also, I see
You over
this
here
is
making
expending
doing
spell
math.
slots. Wouldn't this be triggering my sash?
What part of your
Yeah,
sash?
you get hit. You got hit. For
Oh,
49
yeah,
damage.
you're right. That would be 2 spell slots
1.
back. Go ahead and add that.
No,
You
it'd be 1.
used Zeronian glyphs twice. I expended a spell slot both times. I forgot that
Yeah,
you
but the
had
first
that.
time it missed.
Oh, that's true, yeah. You're right.
For gets and shiggles, can Petra just try cast a spell to heal herself?
She can try if she doesn't know any spells.
No.
She's just like, magification! Nope, didn't work.
Alright. I want you to put the shard down on the floor, and I want to see if that synchronizes the shard.
Petra will put the shard in the center of the circle and
Okay.
return to replace in the circle.
Okay.
Kind of dusting herself off.
New. You see Petra reach down and place nothing on the ground, and she walks away, and there's still nothing on the ground.
Alright.
Petra, give me an insight check.
Yeah.
You're hyper intelligent right now.
Yes.
There's still nothing there. You might as well pick it up. Lol.
18. No. As
Petra,
smart as
check
you
again.
are, you can't figure out what's going on.
I think I have an idea, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
That idea is that there will only ever be one fracture currently, because when the fracture happens, the person that fractures is like put in mirror dimension in the
Different-
shard kind of thing.
It's probably a different.
That's why I
weave.
can't see the shard. Because it's still
I
not
say
there. Pick the shard up. It's still not there on the ground.
Petra will pick the shard up.
You really need to merge.
That will miss. That will miss.
I will walk back to where I should be standing.
And that will miss.
Petra will then try to shove the New that she can see towards where New is standing.
Okay, give me a strength check.
He's not gonna go well. Yep.
Absolutely not. It's like shoving a brick wall.
Why isn't you always stronger than Petra?
Even in
Always.
this topsy-turvy reversed world, always stronger.
That was fucking great.
Amaranth, I want you to
Yeah.
tackle New back to her spot.
A, you don't know where I am because you can't see where I've moved to. There's just the me there. And B,
Petra will
I'm
be
already
like
moving
New.
back to the spot. I'm moving back to where I'm supposed to be standing. So if I haven't moved from that spot, it should be fine. If I've moved from that spot, get me back to it.
Right. So you're moving specifically to where you were originally?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't resynchronize. You stepped forward a single step when you fired your Eldritch Blast, which puts you
Petra-
just a few inches out of alignment.
Petra will go exactly to where New's spot is in the circle.
Okay. So you would be right behind the fractured version of you.
So that means
Okay.
she's like trying to stand where I'm standing.
Yeah, she's standing inside of you, technically.
Like underneath me because halfling shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Petra will put her hands on the back of the fractured New's legs and go, stand here so that the back of your legs touch my hands.
Nia will do that.
Okay. And that'll resynchronize you.
Alright. So it seems like there can only ever be one shard of this. But, like you said before, multiple fractures of a mirror give you different insights. So what if we go to a mirror and see if we can get another shard that way? It's only a hypothesis. I'm not entirely magic adept, I will say.
The only other thought I have at the moment, and I can't guarantee that it would work even, is if the person that fractured was you, the person that's holding the shard, then we take it from the fractured you resynchronize, it comes back. Because, remember, when you threw the axes, when you resynchronized, you had the one from the fractured thing.
Yes, but we also had the one from Cal. But when we resynchronized Cal, he still had the one shard. And
Also,
the
I
axe
think
that was...
I think you're forgetting a kind of important detail. But I'll let you guys figure it out.
They were different items.
Yes, but I still had... The broken axe that
Okay.
I had
No.
thrown was still in my inventory. But when we resynchronized, I had it and it was no longer in my
Right.
in my possession.
That's why we can't duplicate the shard, because the axes were two separate things. They were two different axes. So when you resynchronized, the broken axe came back to your reality and thus was, there in your hand broken, because it still happened in the other reality, it just had to correct itself. That doesn't work with the shard because it's the same
But it didn't create
item.
an axe.
It didn't create
When
the
she
axe,
threw
it
the
just
axe and
moved
it
it.
broke, it moved from her inventory to her hand when she resynchronized and was just broken. It didn't create a new version of an axe. It just took the one out of her bag, broke it, and stuck it in her hand.
I was hoping that wouldn't necessarily be the case with the shard because it's part of whatever magic shenanigans is going on. But
Is there... So, I did detect a little bit of magic on the shard. Would I be able to detect any of that, like, magic around us anywhere? Like, anywhere else? Because
Well-
obviously the duplication thing isn't working.
You can try with an Arcana check.
Oh, I failed so good.
Yeah. You do notice, two things, actually. One, you notice that there's something behind you in the archway. Two, you do notice that there's some kind of a hint of magic towards the district hall. As you look down at your hands, you notice the shard is gone. You take 9 damage as Petra steps forward and swings her axe at you. You also see that Petra is clutching the mirror fragment and turns to run with it.
I don't have things for this.
Okay?
Things for what?
Well,
Amaranth will attempt to stop her.
I can only use mental prison once a day. And
Amaranth fails.
somebody hasn't put my psychic lance into the thing.
Amaranth just reaches over and fucking grabs Petra and lifts her up one-handedly. Ah! Where do you think you're going? As Petra attempts to flee with the shard.
All right, Petra.
And Petra,
Mew.
hold on.
I...
Petra, what you're
Yeah.
sensing is the shard. You can tell by the way that you feel the magic. You're definitely sensing the shard. You are not sensing it in your hand or anywhere right next to you. You're sensing it in the archway.
Petra will go ahead and go towards the archway.
Okay? Sitting in the middle of the road, beneath the archway, is the shard.
Petra will go ahead and pick it up.
Okay?
Mew, where am I?
Just Amaranth is currently holding you, so just go to the center of the circle. We'll have Amaranth set you down on top of you.
Yeah. From
Okay.
your perspective, you just see Amaranth holding her hand up for no reason.
Petra will kind of look at Amaranth like, and just go to the center of the circle.
Okay. And then Amaranth lowers you onto you, or where she suspects you are, and you resynchronize. You're now holding 2 shards.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yes.
So
Okay.
when somebody becomes a fracture, the person who does not see their fracture, you need to go to the archway, and there in the center of the road there will be a fragment, and Petra will put the fragments together, like New was saying.
As soon as you do, the fragments almost seem to fuse together. You can't even see the line between them anymore.
All right. Everybody back to your spots. Now we wait for the next one.
Petra will go back to her spot. She will continue to hold the fragment she has, or repaired fragment.
Carefully adds, wait for the event.
No, it's dumb. Somebody want to make rugby only last 10 minutes so that they can play commercials for rugby to become popular in America. It's like, no. I like
I'm gonna
rugby.
pay extra close attention to Amaranth and Brolin.
Yeah, 45 minutes will be fine.
You just keeping a extra sharp eye on them, just in case.
Yeah, because if they start to cast something, I'm gonna counterspell it.
Okay. Makes sense.
The fracture still happens, but we don't get fucking hit with a spell.
Petra will turn to Amaranth. Amaranth, if New tries anything funny, counterspell.
And as soon as I see that counterspell.
Alright, so Brolin begins to cast Bestow Curse upon you, and you see it because you were paying close attention to him, and immediately counterspell.
He'd also have to walk towards me. That's a range of touch.
Yep. Yeah, you see him
All right.
stepping forward, casting this magic, getting ready to touch you with it.
Does Petra
And
see
we're
this
just
as well?
Everybody but Brolin would see it.
Brolin,
Roland pulls
Go
out a
toward-
little thingy and starts spinning it.
Brolin, go grab the shard from the archway. Center
Right.
of the road.
Roland starts running away from the archway.
Goes the wrong direction.
Oh, sorry.
Brolin, there's food in the archway.
Ooh, food. Okay, cookies. Archway cookies. Roland goes to the archway to get and retrieves the shard.
Okay.
All right.
And brings it back to the circle.
Return back to your spot.
There weren't any cookies there. I was playing. I just found this.
He returned to his
This
spot.
is an
His fractured self has not.
Amaranth,
I'm
return
gonna-
him to his spot.
I was gonna say I'm going to do the Petra tactic here and just pick him up and move him.
No one tosses a dwarf.
Oh, you're a dwarf. Okay.
Right? If you're gonna try and pick him up, it's contested strength.
Let's
Yep,
go.
You pick him up with no problem. I just like, nope.
Move him back to his spot. Set him down.
Okay, and he resynchronizes with no problem.
All right.
He has a shard.
He does have a shard missing.
All right.
Okay.
2 shards left. Does the mere fragments that we've collected so far appear to be approximately 3/5 of the thing?
It does not.
Fuck. This is an issue.
My hypothesis is that this interdimensional mirror
3 shards left. Never
in
mind.
some way.
It'd be about 1/2 right now, right?
No.
Unless it's not 1/2. No. So there's more shards than just the shards that we can gather.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Roland raises his hand. I see another fraction.
Callan lifts his bow, turns to you, and fires directly at her head. Barely missing, it goes zinging right past her and sticking into the building on the opposite side.
All right, Cal, your turn. Go pick up the shard.
Cal very quickly turns, runs, grabs the shard, and comes back and asks where exactly he is while kind of carefully stepping around trying to resynchronize manually.
Petra will go towards the cow that they can see and put her hands on the front of his knees. Have your
Okay.
knees touch my hands.
Right? And he will do so, then leading you into being able to resynchronize, giving you your fourth shard.
Alright.
Are we trying to
Brolin
put all
and
these-
Cal, put your shards together.
Is Brolin gonna do that?
Yeah, Berlin does the fusion dance.
Okay, cool. Good,
Oh
good,
my
good.
god.
Good fusion. Gotta say ha at the end, though. It's very important. Alright, so
My dad
put
likes
them together?
fucking Dragon Ball.
are you putting all of them together into one big thing?
Just the two of those shards for now.
Okay.
Alright.
Approximately
And then we
how
have-
much of it do we have?
It looks like you have a very small portion of it.
Less than a quarter, even with all 4 of those shards?
Yes.
Fuck.
My hypothesis is that this is supposed to fit the entire archway.
Wait a minute.
Because it was the archway back when we were walking through it that had the opposite people on the opposite side not being right. So there might be way more shard fragments that we have to find in order to repair this. So this could take forever.
Is the shard fragments that they picked up the same exact, like, looking as the first one we had? They didn't change at all as we combined them together?
They don't appear to. They don't appear to have changed.
I was thinking maybe, like, if we combine them into one, the next shard fragment might be bigger, like a replica of the one we currently have, you know? Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I don't have any spell slots left.
No?
No!
It's a good thing he got a 17.
Alright. Amaranth's turn to do the thing.
I think we should bind the hands of the casters and the mouths.
I think no, because then how are we supposed to go grab the shard?
You just
Amaranth
like you're
suddenly calls out, "Guys, we have a problem. There's no shard here."
So that means we have all
Oh,
the
wait,
shards that we
wait.
could have gotten.
No. Hers was the original shard. She was the one that first picked it up. But then she can still fracture, which is bad. Means we'll have to continue to keep eye on it as we try and find all the other ones.
Petra will do the same thing. Make it so that your knees are touching my hands. Have Amaranth return to where Petra's standing. So, you picked up the first shard, which means you do not see the shard because you've already picked it up. So, if you by chance fracture, just stay where you are. And if I notice that you were attacking any of us, I will have you return to the spot so that your knees or the back of your legs are touching my hands. Does everybody have this? And Petra will turn to everybody, pointing at them individually.
It still doesn't
Amaranth
help us
and
a lot.
Calvin say, yeah, they got it.
Because that means there's only one shard left, and we're still nowhere near the number that we're going to need to reconstruct this whole thing.
Well, perhaps we should combine all our shards.
Okay. Petra will start getting the shards from that came from Cal and Brolin and combine them to the combined pieces that she has.
That fucking plus 10.
Make sure I'm targeting the right person here for this. And one more roll. Okay, you only hit Amaranth one time as you turn and once again unleash 3 Eldritch Blasts, catching her fairly roughly with one, leaving.
Turns out that's not actually the fracture. I knew, figured it was a good time.
New, have you grabbed a fragment yet?
Nope.
Go
What?
to the archway and grab a fragment.
All right. I'll go
It's,
grab
ni-
the
it's nice that
fragment.
these fragments or these fractures are very accommodating to be resynchronized.
I'll go grab the fragment, assuming there's
Okay.
one there.
There's one fragment in the archway. You run over and you grab it.
Petra puts her hands on the fractured New's knees and says, stand here.
Which Nia does.
Okay, and you resynchronize. Each of you have now found a fragment. It looks like you found maybe half of it at this point, at most.
Okay. Petra will then take out her book and start fumbling about, seeing where there might be more fragments. So she'll pinpoint it down to the day.
Petra, being as
Yes.
intelligent as you are, you should remember that you already detected that there's another similar magic source in the district hall.
We have to go to the district hall. Come on, guys. And she'll have everybody walk in a single file line with Amaranth at the front.
Nia will just walk to the side of the line, fuck lines.
And Petra will put her back into the line.
Step back out. Anarchy!
Anarchy, motherfucker! No.
Just
Alright,
stay in the
so-
line, please. If you don't want to fuck anything up.
So you head over to the district hall. What do you do?
Petra will start looking around to see if she can detect the shard. It's like a metal detector kind of deal.
Nia's gonna take a
Was she
quick
just
look
holding
at
the shards
shard.
out?
Nia's
No.
gonna take a quick look at the shard and try and feel what magic comes from it and search for that magic elsewhere in the area.
Okay. How are you searching?
Just looking around, trying to sense magic.
At the same time,
Sensitive bits
Amaranth
of the
will use
shards.
Detect Magic as a ritual. You, give me an Arcana.
Whee! Yeah, that was a long shot because I have plus 10 in that shit. I'd have to roll a 1 for it to be even viable.
Petra will.
Thankfully, Amaranth, with Detect Magic, has noticed that there's definitely something in the back of the building. So she
Petra
goes
will go to the one of
inside.
the. Petra will follow.
She walks towards the back of the building and ends up at the desk of the treasurer. She turns to you guys and says, "It's in that room." And she points to a door that's attached to the treasurer's room. Meanwhile, the treasurer is sitting behind the desk, looking at you people like you're insane, having just walked into his office and pointed at the door to his left.
What's behind that door?
In
Potentially an
garbled, backwards giant, he speaks to you and looks very confused.
I'm gonna do the same shenanigans as before. Flip around what I was trying to say in my head, and say it as well as I can backwards to him.
Yeah, okay. Give me an intelligence check. Or a
This is
performance
not going
check.
to work.
A 10. You are able to, in a very garbled, hard to understand way, speak backwards. At which point he then responds to you saying that that is the treasury and that he's going to call security if you attempt to go in that room.
Can Petra also translate this in her brain?
Intelligence check.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, I have an idea.
Petra,
I'm going to again attempt to say backwards or that I am going to use some magic to break the language barrier. Do not be alarmed.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check or a performance check. Hey, a 7. He's able to understand.
All right.
Barely.
I want to see if awakened mind works through reverse bullshit.
Okay.
it makes him dumb.
And I will try and talk to him, through awakened mind. Be like, "Can you understand me?"
Okay. Awakened mind is telepathy, right?
Yep.
Okay. As soon as you cast Awakened Mind, you go deaf, dumb, and blind.
It's
cannot
not a
hear?
cast.
You-
It's a just ability.
Yeah, so as soon as you use the ability, as soon as you attempt to reach out with your mind, you immediately lose all sight and all hearing.
Why sight? Okay. I mean, it's in his head, though. Can I still talk to him?
No.
Fuck.
Do we know that she's gone blef?
If she says something,
Well, she can't. She's got deaf, dumb, and blind.
yeah.
Okay, we got Helen New here.
All right. Well, she'll stop attempting that.
At which point your senses return.
Okay, that didn't work.
Petra will just go ahead and hold up a fragment. And she'll do this speech backwards. So, I just have a question for you. I don't mean to waste much of your time. Can you go back there and see if there's a piece of a mirror back there that kind of looks like this, and she'll hold up the merged fragments that she has.
Give me an intelligence check.
And she's gonna feel so bad. Fuck.
An 11. They don't really understand you, but they see the shard and you see recognition immediately. And they get up from their desk. They put their hand out to you to tell you to stay there. They go through the door. You hear it close behind them. A loud click. Sounds like they're locking it. Then you hear several more clicks. Sounds like multiple locks. And you hear as a large metal door is being moved. likely to a vault or a treasury room. A few moments later, you hear that same door, multiple locking sounds. Then the door unlocks and opens, and you see them standing there, holding a mirror that's about the size of their torso. Keep in mind, this is a Goliath, so this is a 4.5, 5 foot tall mirror. It's about roughly 2 feet wide, about 5 feet tall, large mirror, and you can see the mirror shattered, and it's missing just a corner chunk out of the mirror. The corner
Thank
chunk
you,
that's
Agent 99.
missing appears to be just about the right size of all of your pieces to fit.
Oh, wait. Before we do anything, I want to try and ask him if that chunk of the mirror has always been missing or if it just recently went missing.
Give me an intelligence check.
Nat 20.
9. He is just barely able to understand you. And he responds in backwards giant. I need another intelligence check. Also, you keep hitting saving throw. I need another intelligence check.
Oopsie. I mean, it's still just a +2, but I don't understand shit.
Yeah, you don't understand what he said.
Can Patrick try to understand what he
Patrick can
said?
try.
He
She was
shakes
there
his
and she
head.
heard it. Petra, you understood him pretty clearly. The mirror was recently transferred from another district because they got word that somebody was going to attempt to use the mirror in nefarious ways, and that it was damaged in transport somewhere along the city, and he names a specific road, and you immediately recognize that that was the road that you were on where the archway was. So it likely broke in transit near or under that archway.
Petra will go, okay. Because we've been seeing very... How do I say this? Our dimensions have been fractured, to put it simply. But something that we noticed is that when one of us was fractured, well, quote fractured, they would, one person would attack. So what we had them do is go to the archway.
Petra, no reason to turn into new. Just give him the piece. Just put the mirror back together.
What the fuck is that
Petra-
supposed to mean?
New verbosity? I don't know.
Petra, she was just gonna say we just had them go pick up the piece, and we got like 5 pieces from each of us after all of us fractured and went and grabbed it. But anyways, she will go ahead and put the piece of the repaired piece into the part that looks like that mirror
Is that
was
all
fractured.
of the pieces together?
Yes,
that you
all
guys
of the pieces
gathered?
have been put together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it fits perfectly. And as soon as you do, there's this weird sort of feeling or visual glitch that you see for a moment. It almost looks like you're looking through cracks. These little lines form across your vision, and it almost looks like your reality shows the cracks in the mirror, and you watch as the cracks fade from the mirror and your vision at the same time.
All right. Can you understand me now? I'm gonna just say randomly to this fucking guy.
He looks rather surprised and he goes, yes.
Sweet.
Put that mirror away.
Turn to
Put that
Petra.
mirror away before anybody gets broken again, boy.
Can I make a history or arcana check on this mirror? Do I know what it is?
You can make an arcana check, yeah. Or a history check. I'll let you do either one.
They both have +10.
And you
Of course
still
it's-
rolled a 2. But it is a fairly well-known mirror. It's called the Veil Glass, and it is essentially a doorway into another reality.
Okay.
It's generally used where if you are to imbue it with magic. You can actually control where you will end up, and it's used as a catalyst for interplanar travel. When it broke, it shattered that doorway, creating multiple doorways in infinite space.
Oh yeah, I remember stories
Dang.
about that. At one point, it used to be down in a dwarven cave, and they got attacked by interplanetary beings called the Goa'uld, and
And the
you
story
didn't get the
stopped.
Goa'uld. You didn't get the Goa'uld part.
No, I got that part.
As a
I didn't.
I
Oh.
just didn't know how the mirror friggin' tied into any of that.
because it goes to different planes. Okay, no.
Oh, okay, I get it. It's the fucking Stargate. Got it.
Ha ha. But yeah,
Petra's too young for Stargate. Okay, good to know.
I've never watched it.
Oh,
I
it's a
know
good
it
show.
exists. I just never got into it.
Yeah, download. First season SG1. Get the really good.
I will have to give it a try. Yeah, so you are successfully able to restore this mirror and thus reality as you know it. Congratulations. The treasurer tells you to wait a moment, goes into the treasury. Once again, you hear many lock clicks as the gate is opened and the gate's closed. Then he comes out and he's holding a small bag, and you can clearly hear the sound of coins jingling in it. And
Well,
he says,
small for him. How is it for us?
for you, it's fairly large. He's a big
Fit a
man.
full Petra in that.
Not quite that large. But he goes, for your service. And he hands it over. It contains 30 lions.
Goddamn.
All right.
That's 6
5.
for each of us.
I was gonna say 5 to each of us and 5 to the company.
Sure. That's fair. Okay.
Roland will take his 6, thank you.
He's not a monk anymore. He's here for the money. No.
Well, I'm not part of the company currently, so I'm just
Yeah.
been dragged around.
Does Petra go
Let's-
back to being dumb?
So that's
Petra
nice.
goes back to being dumb.
But she notices
Yay!
she doesn't notice anything else. Everything she says sounds brilliant to her.
Petra looks at Brolin and goes, and
She's
walks
like,
away with
"Oh."
5 lion marks.
5 lion marks equates to 25 gold, right? Yeah. Unless I really need to fucking add a thing into my goddamn inventory for lion marks.
Now, there should be a thing of lion marks in the bag of holding under Cal's character, so.
Alright, so I gotta.
So 5 lion marks to everybody except Brolin, who gets 6, and then 4 to the company.
There's no apostrophe there.
I don't see the lion marks in his thing. I'll just do this.
Yeah, well, I had it in my bag of holding, and I figured it just got copied straight over. So Could have been
is
it.
the bag
Looks
of
like we
holding-
were all the way at
Yeah,
the bottom.
okay. Okay, I see it.
I figured it'd be easier that way.
Alright, well that was an adventure.
An unexpected one. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was.
You- New's gonna reach over and, like, smack Petra's axe. Cast light.
What the fuck?
Roland just watches and shakes his head. Okay, well, if y'all follow me back to our temple, I'll get you all cleaned up and healed. So that's a little adventure of ours.
Petra ignores him.
That's just like, huh? Talking to you.
Don't be rude to the man. He's offering to help after we just apparently blasted the hell out of each other for strange magic mirror reasons.
Is he a warrior? I think not.
As you step
He's a
outside,
cleric, though.
you guys realize that while time was moving backwards in your shattered reality, it's rather late at night now, actually. Because time was moving forward in the true reality.
Petra walks outside, immediately trips over a rock
Does that
because
mean
she can't see.
Does that mean technically everybody in the other reality was walking backwards, even though it looked like they were walking
Nope.
forwards, but time was moving backwards? So
Nope.
They're just moving in the opposite direction.
They're just going forward in reverse.
all right, I say we follow Brolin back to the thing, get all these fixed.
Art Petra is scary. I didn't like that. Except I did.
It's a good thing you guys solved it as fast as you did. You didn't want it to hit midnight.
Oh.
I am curious why.
It's after midnight.
We would have
Okay, so yeah,
probably
let's-
been stuck.
No, you wouldn't have been stuck. It's actually much more terrifying than that.
Oh.
So, because you guys have completed this, little meta knowledge, the mirror was broken at midnight on that night, which is why it was playing backwards to that moment.
It would have fixed itself and we would have been stuck forever.
No. It would have gone back to that moment, and you would have experienced the shatter yourselves. Which means
And we would have
each
died.
and every one of you would have been in an individual reality, where in your individual reality, the other people in your party would have been desynchronized. Meaning it would have been each one of you versus 4 of the others.
Oh no.
So each of you would have had a 1v4 against your own party.
Petra would not survive
I don't think any of
against
you
all
would.
those casters.
I think the only person that has a chance at survival in that situation is you.
You
Petra
are
goes
Cal.
straight.
Great chance.
Wow. Okay, that's great. Yeah.
It's
I
still
would
not
say
a great
Cal.
chance, but
Actually not Cal. I was gonna say Cal because he's fast, he could dodge and get the hell out of there. But not in that
can also
reality, he
hide.
couldn't.
He can also hide really good.
Yeah, but not in that reality, he can't.
I mean, he hid from a fucking ship.
Yeah, in that
to be
reality, I
fair,
don't think
the
he
ship
could hide
was
from.
blinded.
Yeah, I don't honestly. In that reality, his ability to hide is severely hampered. He would have just ran into a corner and put his hands over his eyes, he would just
Oh,
like,
maybe-
you can't see me.
What does he? Doesn't he have like a, I don't know, plus 18 or some shit to his sneak shenanigans?
Exactly.
That means it's next to impossible for. Well, it is impossible.
He has a
He'd
plus
have to
13.
He'd have to literally roll like a 1 because crit failures don't really get shit added to them, do they? You're supposed to just treat me. I don't know. That would be like his.
Yes,
only
but that's in
chance.
combat. Technically, crit failures and crit successes don't exist outside of combat. Technically. Yeah. He would... Even with a natural 1, it's possible that he might fail at hiding.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought
I
that
go
would be a fun little change of pace. Flip everything on its fucking head for you guys.
Yeah, it was great. Okay, so yeah, everybody goes back to the temple. Long rest gets you healed. Roland gets to talk to everybody, learn about them. Tells them he did find something in Windsar's meager belongings as we were getting him prepared. And it was a DNR, do not resurrect.
DNRE with a lowercase e, because DNR is do not resuscitate.
You did
DNRE.
you did find a thing on Windsar that essentially was a religious text, and in it it mentioned that, you know, part of what he does and what he believes in is that when he dies, that his belongings are donated to the church or the temple, and that they're meant to be taken and used by somebody else, which is how
explains
Brolin
a lot, yeah.
ended up with certain items.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
to
still
explain
trying
how
to
you
figure
got some of this.
out. Right. Still trying to figure out how to attach these tattoos to me. But yeah.
You
Attach
just
him to
got
Petra.
you just got his arms skinned and you're just like laying them on there.
Why not attach the tattoos to Petra?
That's right. Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, just
yes, that's what
staple them
Petra-
on there.
Yeah, they're just leather bracers, but now full sleeve bracers.
Imagine Petra with fucking fire whips. Oh my god.
Fire, ice, lightning. You know.
That's
fire
not
is his
terrifying.
favorite.
It's not terrifying at all.
I just imagine her on the ceiling, just staring down at somebody, and somebody just walking past her, like just underneath, and then just like whips dangling down in front of them, and then being like, "What the fuck?" And then just getting smacked in the face.
See, you went that way, and my brain went, instead of dangling in front of him and smacking him in the face, like the whip's coming down and wrapping around their neck, and just the dude gets pulled up into the ceiling.
Like a horror movie.
Yep.
I'd believe it.
Well, I mean, if they're doing bad things, that's on them.
Right. So you guys go and you rest for the night at the cathedral. They have room there for you. You get free food, free bedding. Wake up the next morning. What do you want to do?
I think we should gather our things and get ready to go home.
We still haven't restocked the cart though either. And I did find, what was it? Potatoes?
Well, that's why I said get ready. Get it in your dumb mind. That's what Petra says than you.
Why are you going home?
Well, because what we came here
Petra
for has
just
been...
slowly turns to Brolin and stares at him for a few seconds, then just turns back around.
No, this is
Because
actually a
what we
meta question, so because you didn't kill the Lich.
Yeah, he's dead.
But you didn't kill
When we erased the song from
Yeah.
existence, he turned into that glass.
Izilkis was a
Dang.
woman.
Hang on.
The woman's the one that ate him.
I want to go back to the theater, see if the glass, like, black glass stuff is there again.
Okay. So, you decide to go back to the theater today?
Yep.
Walk inside, and you can see they're in the process of ripping up the floor because there's this inexplicable black crystal that they can't remove from their floor.
Strange. Maybe it just wasn't... Why wasn't it there in the shattered reality? That's weird. I'm gonna also check the chunk of it that I have in my inventory.
It is still clear.
Still clear. Does it feel any different? Like, do I sense any kind of, like, magic shenanigans from it?
Nope.
Because it was, like, inert before.
Nope, it's still inert.
That be a clear crystal you have there.
I know it's a long shot, but I want to try and apply Zeronian magic to it again. See if it reacts / softens like it did before.
As you attempt to, it immediately begins to fill with what looks like an almost black ichor. And so the crystal once again turns completely black.
Interesting. Do I sense any change in it now?
Nope.
Why did
Just
it
make it
change to be
better or
clear
worse?
then? Oh,
Maybe
Why
it was
did it
empty and you
change to
just
be
filled it up
clear?
again.
but if that's the case, what emptied it? Because it's just been in my bag this whole time. Wait a minute. Did the mirror empty it? Like, because I got the shard before we got shunted into that alternate reality. So, what if the chunk of the mirror was just there in the road or nearby when we happened to go through the archway, which was apparently the catalyst for this, and it fed off of the chunk in my pocket, triggering that effect. That's why it affected us and not everybody else? Question mark?
Well, if that's what happened, then you may want to put that someplace safe.
What happened?
Exactly.
That's
Me-
just like, what?
Neo is being like things with regards to the chunk of Azokus's crystal remains that she has.
Well, I know that, but Petra's being like, what happened?
Petra's being
Oh.
Petra.
New thinks she's maybe the reason that we went to the alternate universe, alternate plane.
What alternate plane?
The one you were at last night.
Pardon?
Petra might actually remember it just because it's traumatizing. She didn't like the smell of food for once in her life.
Oh, that's true.
She might
All I
remember
know-
that.
All I know is I fucking hated the smell of food.
Hmm.
Now I have, and now Petra has the urge to say indubitably to everything.
Petra will now call everybody an imbecile for the rest of the
She
campaign.
just feels so smart, even though she's not smart anymore.
She'll start using words she hadn't normally used before this.
She just picked up the vernacular.
Yup.
Doesn't
And
remember
then we
what
open
they
the door.
mean.
Ipso facto, the door closes.
Note to self: traumatize Petra out of never using the word imbecile ever again. Got it. Can we head back to the treasury? I want to see if he'll let me see the mirror and see if it reacts with this chunk of Azokus.
How about let's not.
Let's go back to the place where the big red button that says "Do not push" is at, and push it.
Well, how else if you were gonna know that's how you launched the new part?
I would like to not be disgusted by food, please.
Well, I mean, if my theory's correct and the mirror did react to it, it almost certainly wouldn't react the same, being that it's whole now.
Okay, but if you get sucked through,
Would
you're on your
probably
own.
be more controlled.
So you're going to be able to control magic. You have no clue what's doing or how it happened.
See, curiosity's getting the better of me. Makes sense. Amaranth would probably be on board too. She can't resist a good mystery.
Well, you know what they said about curiosity and the barbarian. Exactly. Made him not like food.
It wasn't because of curiosity.
Yeah, Yeah, Curiosity is on the moon, dummy. No.
Well, I dropped the lid to my chapstick. Ugh.
Wah, 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 wah.
So what are you doing? You going back?
Petra's gonna drag Cal to go restock the wagon. She doesn't care about this curiosity bullshit.
It's a
Okay, so
dangerous premise.
the two
if
of
it
you
is
go to
what-
restock. What's New doing?
Debating if this is a good idea. Because if it is what caused the mirror to react, like, the mirror might react again. And it could be okay because it's whole now and therefore can, absorb the magic or whatever better. And thus the effect would be lessened and controlled. And maybe only just...
Well, Amaranth is all for it. She wants to figure out how this actually happened and what the deal is.
But also, the opposite could be true too, where it reacts and because it's whole now, it's a worse reaction. Because the mirror's at full power.
Oh, dear Thor, give me strength. Well,
The person I don't like, you can come with us too.
no, I'm not going to leave these people alone. This town, I've been in this town for a few years, and I don't really feel like watching it get sucked into another dimension if I can help it. I would love, if you'd want to experiment with it, I'd love it to be outside the town, but somehow I doubt the treasurer will let you take the mirror away from the treasury.
Very true.
You may, might as well, fine.
All right.
Frey or Hendal.
The grumbly old dwarf.
Tell you what, let's go talk to the treasurer, see what he thinks, and see if we can get this out of your system.
I'm down. Let's go.
So you return to the treasurer, and what do you say to him?
I will tell him, I'm trying to figure out why we're trying to figure out why the mirror reacted as it did, and if it had broken and been there for a while, because obviously it didn't break right before we passed through the archway where we found the shards, why did it choose to affect us and not anybody else who went through that pathway?
We don't know it didn't affect anybody else.
Well, if it did, I would assume there would be more chunks.
Though, to be fair, Petra doesn't know that because she's dumb now.
Yeah, but you're dumb now.
So,
Petra's
if
like,
it was-
hey, where
if
are
it
the
would be
cookies in
okay
the
for me to see the mirror and check it a little bit, that would be appreciated.
He thinks for a moment about your questions.
I'm not going to do anything crazy. You are absolutely free to stay right here with the mirror the whole time.
After a moment, he summons the guards into the room and tells them to just wait by the door. To make sure that you guys don't try anything funny, because this is considered a national treasure. This is a very powerful artifact. He goes into the treasury room, he pulls it out, and very carefully sets up this stand that he dragged out with it. Puts the mirror on the stand and makes sure that the mirror is firmly secured into place. And he says, "What is it you want to see?"
Well, I don't have anything too crazy in my possession that it could have reacted with, nor do any of the others that I'm aware of, except for, and then I'll pull out the chunk of Izokus.
As soon as you do, it turns clear. And you see the
Oh.
surface of the mirror ripple, and the reflection on the other side distort and become darker. Much, much darker.
So that's where they've been going. Those bitches.
Arcana check. Can I tell what's going on?
You can certainly try.
Not roll a fucking 2. Let's go. I suppose that's not a 2.
With a 19, you're able to tell you just opened a portal. As this is a device that is used for interplanar travel, it's likely that using the residual magic in this crystal, you were able to open a portal. The feeling that you're getting from this portal, as far as the magic that is exuded from it, is extremely familiar to you. Because the portal and the darkness on the other side leads to the area where Aya had been summoning you.
All right. Do any of the others see it react this way, or is this just a me thing?
Everybody in the room will have seen it react this way. The guards appear entirely unfazed. They are aware of this mirror and what it does, as well as the treasurer. As far as the treasurer can tell, you're just using the mirror the way it was intended, which is you're focusing it on a specific magic type and using that to conjure a portal to a specific plane.
Okay, so it's possible that this same reaction happened when we passed by the chunk of the mirror that we ended up finding, but because it was incomplete, it could not fully make the portal happen, so we kind of got this weird shifted off shenanigans.
No, Anthrath, don't jump through.
Oh no! Just push her in.
I am
Well, your portal's
really
open.
curious, and I really want to step through that portal, but I don't know if I'd be able to get back.
So
I
through
mean,
the portal.
the treasurer is right there.
Yeah?
It stands to reason that he would know things about this, artifact that he's charged with taking care of.
Alright.
That he had transported to the treasury.
Yeah.
How much do you actually know about this mirror then?
Quite a lot. He is very important.
If I were to go through this right now, would this remain open?
Until closed, yes.
How does it get closed?
Runs out of energy or manual
Or what?
manual close.
Okay. Is there a way to tell when it's going to run out of energy?
No. Generally, shortest I've heard is 10 minutes. But there's records of powerful energy lasting days.
Okay. Would it be possible for us to, chill for a minute and see how long it lasts, assuming it is not going to last several days or something?
Is fine, yes. So you're just gonna hang out and watch the portal?
Yep.
Okay. How long do you
Funhouse
plan to
mirror?
hang out?
I mean, if it's gonna stay open for more than like an hour or something, or a couple hours, like even an hour would be a lot of time for future plan shenanigans.
Okay.
But like I'm good with chilling for a while, and then like if it turns out to be, a really long period of time, like 4+ hours or something, then that's kind of all the information I need, and I just need to wait for it to close or close it myself. And then I could reopen it and be relatively sure that it's going to be safe for me to go through and be able to come back.
There's no way you're going to be able to close it yourself. Only Manuel can close it.
Yeah, only Manuel can do that, obviously.
Please don't tell me that Berlin is also dumb.
No, he's actually relatively smart.
Okay,
Torin's
good.
just a wisecrack. Alright. So you're doing that. Petra, you took Cal to go restock. What you doing? If you remember from last session, you went looking around, you found that potatoes were on sale in this location.
Yes.
And we're the main export of this location.
Yep.
Does she know that, though? Because I don't
Yes,
think Petra was there.
Niu went back and told everybody.
Yeah.
Petra was actually out in a corner.
Well, Cal would know.
Cal.
That's why she brought Cal. Anyways.
And Cal's not,
how
Petra,
much is it
so
for...
he'd remember.
Well, duh, I know that. That's why I brought him. Well, Petra, that's not why Petra brought him. Petra brought him to get him away from the new guy.
So the two people with the listening device are together again.
I'm aware.
That's
this
a
is
common
why
theme.
This is why I was going to try and find one before all that shenanigans happened.
But anyways. I guess we will look for those potatoes unless there's anything else we could potentially also find.
I mean, there are other things for sale in bulk, but potatoes are the main export in this area, which means you're going to get them the cheapest with the highest markup and other.
Okay. Man, these would sell like candy in Borgo.
They also sell vodka in this area.
Of course they sell vodka.
Alright, the heckin',
Arodnia is Russia. Got it.
Yeah.
Essentially. It's based on Russia.
Yeah, the vodka is very good, and we use it to also use it for lubrication in the brakes for our wheels.
Are you gonna say
Brake
something
lines.
else?
Yeah, that got lost in translation.
Anyways, we'll get some potatoes. How much are those?
They are 2 gold per crate.
How many crates can we carry with the current luggage while also having at least enough space for one person to fit in the wagon?
Well, it's gonna be a little bit of math, but let's see. So
it's gonna be a little bit of meth.
Yep.
It's a little bit of meth in your life.
So your wagon's currently empty. You can carry 1450 total, and each crate of potatoes is 100 weight. So you can carry up to 14 crates, and if you want to be able to carry a person, you can give up 20% of that.
Can you even divide 14 by 5?
It'd be 11. 11.2 is 80% of 14, therefore 20% free space, but we can't really carry 0.2 crates, so 11.
I mean, we could, just... That'd be kind of awkward.
We just have, 1/5 of a crate, like the corner of a crate cut off with the potatoes just nestled in it.
Yeah, it's just a single potato in a crate. But like, if you want to sit in there, you have to like have it on your lap in order to do so. So you're just sitting pathetically with this one potato in a crate on your lap. Anyways. I mean, we have horses, so we just may as well fill it up entirely. I'm just thinking in case one of our horses needs like a break, or if one of them die somehow. Cough. Cough.
Alright, so you're purchasing 11?
Yeah.
Or are you filling up?
Filling it up.
Okay, that's 14 crates at 2 gold apiece.
So that is 28 gold.
Yep. And they go to put these in there, and they ask, do you also want us to fill up your strong box?
Or what?
Your strong box, and they point to the back of your wagon. There appears to be a chest, the strong box, attached to the inside of the back of your wagon.
Petra will turn to Cal. Was that there before?
It was definitely not.
Petra will just say, "Just give me a second." And she will look inside the box. Or this
Box?
chest.
The box is completely empty.
Yeah, fill it up.
So they throw some of the potatoes in there, put a bunch of crates in there. They go to check the lockbox to make sure that it's nice and full. And you hear the man loading your cart go, huh, could have swore we filled that. Alright, well, load her up. You can see some Goliaths grab a barrel, dump the potatoes in, you close the hatch, jump out, and we'll go place the barrel down. And I said, alright, you're good to go.
Petra's gonna open the chest again.
There's no potatoes in it.
She's gonna scratch her head like,
It's a mimic.
if it was a mimic, it would have eaten Petra by now.
It's a vegetarian mimic.
I don't think that's how that works. What's it gonna do? Wait for a potato to roll beside it?
Literally just got 2 barrelfuls bumped in it. I think it's doing pretty
Petra's
okay.
gonna go ahead and tie a rope around her waist and give the end half to Cal.
Cal's gonna take it and be like, you know this isn't a good idea, right?
Someone's gotta do it. She jumps
Alright.
into the box.
Alright, so you jump into the box and you close the door, and the inside immediately turns gushy. You are inside the mouth of a creature.
Oh. Gross.
It is a mimic.
The mimic then spits you out and closes the lid behind you. You are covered in mimic drool.
Your name is Boxy. We have a pet mimic now. It's a vegetarian mimic, that's... Huh. You could have just been somebody's compost bin.
It's Timmy.
No, it's Boxy. Petra was there, you weren't. So Petra named it Boxy.
No. You don't
Timmy's
get
a
that
reference.
reference.
Every time I have a mimic in a video game, I name it Timmy.
Oh.
So, like when I played Goblin Cleanup, you get mimics as like, disposal like you said, compost bins essentially. And I would name him Timmy. And when we were playing V Rising, I named our mimic Timmy. I just always name the mimics Timmy.
Yeah,
So
well, this
now
one's
we have
name is Boxy.
Yep. I'm amused how fast you figured out that was a mimic. I did not expect you to just dive into a mimic. Oh, I should have known better. I should have fucking known better.
I'm amazed that I was fucking right. I didn't not
Listen,
like.
listen. Petra walked through multiple walls, and the potatoes in this box were going missing. So, dots
Somebody was eating
connected,
her
not
potatoes.
very. Yeah, somebody was eating the potatoes.
I'm just surprised
So-
the mimic spit her out.
It's a vegetarian mimic, I guess.
The vegetarian mimic? Ooh, I'm still wondering if she spit her out.
Alright. We've somehow ended up on the topic of lesbian mimics. Good job, guys. I'm impressed.
All right. Hey, look, Voga's back.
Yeah, it's not flipped anymore.
Not Ava. No, wait.
Agov.
Agov.
Agov
That
Hitler.
actually sound-
Oh,
Okay.
man.
That. Huh.
That got
Um,
dark quick.
Well, moving on.
Yeah, so now you guys have a pet mimic, apparently.
Yep.
Assuming nothing else sus happens with it.
Well, I guess as long as it doesn't get too hungry, huh?
Like, A, why the hell is it there?
It just ate 2 whole barrels of potatoes. I think it's fine for a little bit.
Great, now we have 2 Petras to feed.
Do you see this cat just judging me?
Not really. Your camera is really dark for some reason. She's like, Mother, why are you shining that light on me?
Yep, pretty much. She's just sitting there staring at tail flicking back and forth.
I flicked my tail back and forth. I flicked my tail back and forth.
Well, Petra will go ahead and arrange the crates, and she'll put Boxy in, like, the front corner.
Boxy
Oh.
is already like attached to the cart and like spread across the front section.
Oh, the front section.
Yeah, like right behind the bench.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they appear to have taken the form of an actual wagon strongbox, including being bolted to the thing.
Somehow I doubt
Petra-
Cal would let this thing live, but okay.
Yeah, that was my thought too. I'm like, what? How is Cal reacting to this?
Cal's not here, so he doesn't get a say.
Yeah.
He draws
Right.
his bow, ready to kill it, and then hears Petra name it and gets very concerned.
Petra just taps Boxy and then arranges the crates a little bit away from it so that it doesn't eat all the potatoes.
Just in case.
She will, however, put a few of her rations around it in case it gets periodically hungry. Yep.
Sounds like a reasonable plan.
She will then go back to the town hall and pick the other 2 up. Well, 3 technically.
Because you got Brolin, Amaranth, and you to pick up.
I don't know what Amaranth and Brolin are doing, but Need's just still watching the portal.
Yep. So you show up at the town hall. It's been a while now. Roughly 3 hours have gone by for you. The portal has not closed.
That's a good chunk of power. Oh,
Etcher will ask one of the front door people to go get you, probably at that treasury guy. It's like a parent telling a teacher to go get their child to pick them up.
One of the guards will go and tell Mew that somebody's waiting for them outside.
yeah, the question is, do I keep waiting? Is 3 hours long enough? But also,
We
'cause
got
I don't know what's
potatoes.
gonna happen on the other
We got
side.
potatoes, a pet mimic. Let's go.
Mew, I need a perception check from you. A 12. You've been sitting here staring at this thing for hours. And at one point you do notice that you see the circle that you would normally be standing in the middle of. And you would expect that having killed 3 liches, 3 of the lights would now be lit up. 4 of them are lit.
Fuck.
Yeah, one of them was effective.
That's not good. How far into this portal can I see?
As far as your dark vision allows. So 120 feet.
Alright, I wanna, like, get up close to it and kind of, like, peer through and, like, shift around to see as much in there as I can, see if anything is going on in there other than it just being that space that I've been to a couple times.
Just appears to be that space. From what you can see, there's just an endless starry void with the familiar circle, magical circle in the center, with 4 of the 5 circles lit.
Alright. 3 hours. That's plenty of time. Doesn't seem like anything is heckin' going on in there. How do I make it close? Just say that to the treasury guy.
Use concentrating. Release magic and it will close.
I am concentrating on it. You will kind of divert her attention away from the mirror, like trying to get it to stop.
Does not close. He's gonna look at you concerned at this point. He'll be like, you have been concentrating. Yes?
No?
How did you open the portal?
She'll hold the still clear rock chunk of the crystal out, you know? Be like, I held this to it and it drew the power from that.
He's gonna frown, stare at the crystal for a moment, stare at you disapprovingly, and stare back at the crystal. Cannot close.
You mean we just have to wait for it to run out of power?
Yes.
How long is that gonna be, though?
Why don't you try tapping your crystal to the mirror?
Would that even work?
Who knows?
This is like a question to the treasury guy.
I cannot say.
What happens if something is in the portal when it closes?
They stay on the other side.
I don't mean like through the portal. I mean physically in the entryway of the portal, like standing in it halfway on this side, halfway on the other side.
He looks at you very concerned, trying to decide if you're trying to kill somebody or not. And then he reaches over to his desk, pulls out his lunch, sets an apple down, gets a book, and smashes the apple. He goes, "What do you think happens when you jam mirror in center of body and puts two sides on different planes?"
Okay, so nothing good. Got it. Can I feel like the amount of power that is in this mirror? Like, is there
You
an
can
obvious? I'm gonna try. Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
Dane, who feels up the mirror? Ooh.
I know everything.
It doesn't
No.
seem that in the last 4 hours it's lost even a tiny bit of the energy it drew from the crystal.
I like how you still had a little bit of the accent there.
At the rate that the crystal, or at the rate that it appears to be draining the energy, or failing to drain the energy, you're looking at weeks of this thing being.
Of course, when New's like trying to figure this out, she'll be like intently inspecting the thing, and then she'll be like, how long did you say was the longest that this has ever been open?"
Records say, I believe, 6 days is the longest.
Well, I think we should throw a drape over it and or a sheet over it and put it back in the treasury vault.
Is it possible to make it open a separate portal, thus closing this one by focusing different magic into it?
It's worth try.
Okay.
And he turns and looks at it, and you see he just kind of focuses on it for a moment, and the surface ripples, and it changes to a different location. And then he takes a moment to calm his mind, stop focusing on the spell, and it turns into smooth glass again. And he goes, "Interesting. We'll write down." And he turns to his desk, pulls out a notebook. It looks like an old leather-bound tome, and he begins writing notes. It looks like this is a book about this particular mirror.
So the good news is we can close the portal. The bad news is if we don't close the portal, based on how slowly it was draining the power from that it had, you're looking at weeks of it being active.
No, possible.
I would disagree.
That would take national treasure levels of magic. No possible.
I would disagree and say I'd open it again and you could observe it for said weeks, but I don't know how safe that is. thinking to herself, it's obviously probably not safe. I have a question, though.
Yes.
I want to make some preparations. Once I've made these preparations, I'd like to come back, reopen the portal, and go through. Shouldn't take me long on the other side, but then once I come back, you'd have to do what you just did to close it. Is that acceptable?
Yeah. When will you return?
Tomorrow at the latest. I can make it sooner if need be.
Is okay.
Trying to avoid getting into anything crazy because 5 minutes.
Yep.
When you meet up, Petra will say, "We have a pet mimic now."
Niu will thank the guy. Tell him, I'll come back when I'm ready, and grab the other two and head out to where she will find Petra and Cal. And then apparently Petra tells us we have a mimic. And you will be like, excuse me, what?
Yeah, I was eating the potatoes, so I jumped in to see what was going on. I thought it was like a portal or something. His name is
Excuse me.
Boxy, though.
Excuse me, you jumped into a mimic.
Yeah. And it spit me out.
It spit you out.
Yeah.
It didn't... Excuse me?
It ate potatoes and it spit me out.
Where is it?
Right here. She'll just pet it.
Yeah. And from your perspective, it just looks like she's patting a lockbox that wasn't in the cart before.
I don't even know what kind of check it would be to examine this fucking thing. God dang.
It'd be a nature check because it's a creature.
I only have +2 to that.
It is indeed a mimic. It is not a vegetarian. It's definitely a mimic.
Why did it spit you out?
I don't know.
Appears to be just a normal old mimic. This is
I don't know. Maybe it was
Portals.
someone's pet.
Roland clears his throat. If I may.
If
Petra
you may.
ignores him.
Roland goes up to the mimic and casts tongues on it.
Okay. Letting the mimic speak, huh?
Damn.
It
No, it
immediately
lets it
says, "Please don't
understand
kill me."
It just says it understands any language it hears.
Oh,
doesn't say
does it
can
only
speak
understand? I thought.
You know
No.
what?
thought tongues-
Moreover,
I mean-
when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands what it says.
Yeah.
Can it
Yeah.
speak though?
It can speak.
Okay.
And it immediately
know-
says, "Don't
do you know
kill
one
me."
la- Do you know at least one language? If not, then no, you can't understand it.
If you didn't know at least one language,
Yeah,
I'd be
it's
kind of concerned.
specifically designed to allow a creature to speak to you.
Oh.
That's
Learned a
like
thing.
the whole point of it.
Because didn't we have this shenanigans in the one shot and we had to do some roundabout shenanigans with, I don't know.
Yes, because nobody reads. That was the problem. But yes, we
Yeah,
did that. 'cause
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as
Anyways.
the creature can speak any language, you're able to understand it. And obviously you have to be able to understand language too. But yeah, so it immediately says, don't kill me!
Why are you here?
I'm just hungry.
But you didn't eat me?
If I ate you, then kill me!
That's true.
Where did you come from?
I don't know. I was at home and then I was here. So I took the first thing that looked like it would fit in, hoping nobody would kill me.
Where's home?
I don't know. I've never looked at a map.
Does Petra still have her map that she drew?
Yes.
Can he even see the map is the question.
Well, I mean, it's a mimic. It can change its form to have eyes.
That's true. Petra will hold the map to him.
It's
Do you
just
have a
picture
name?
to him. He doesn't recognize anything on it.
Do you have a name?
No.
Your name is Boxy.
Does that mean you won't kill me?
As long
I
as
could
you
be
don't-
useful.
If you don't eat any of us, and you only eat the stuff that we give you, yes. You can live.
Okay, I could be useful. Don't kill me.
All right, we now apparently have a pet mimic.
If anybody tries to steal anything from us, eat them.
It just licks its lips. Kind of excited.
You have a guard dog, we have a guard mimic.
You have any stories then?
Next D&D episode is just us finding out what shapes the mimic can take. Same bad time, same bad channel, people.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Alright, it is 8 o'clock though. It's actually 1 after 8. We're a smidge over time. So we are going to end the session here.
Okay.
But yes, you now have Boxy, the helpful mimic.
Yay!
How, like, I was joking when I'm like, oh, it's a mimic. I thought it was going to be like, maybe for some reason, somebody installed like a lockbox with a hidden compartment or some shenanigans or something, was the more realistic thought I was having. I'm like, oh no, it's just vanishing. It's a mimic.
A box of holding.
My plan was to just have this fucking mimic running around with you, randomly changing shapes to try and get food from you. Like changing into Petra's backpack, so maybe she'll throw some ingredients in there and shit like that. Until you guys figured out it was a mimic. Fucking Petra just dives into the mimic. Okay, alright, well, now you know.
It was Petra. You should have seen that coming.
I should have.
I don't know how you would have Petra-proofed it, but you know.
Yeah, I should have seen it coming. I should have made it too
box
small
is
for Petra.
The box is mysteriously locked now, huh? Can't open it. Strange.
AFK for a few minutes.
Ridiculous.